So we're gonna start going live. We're live. We're on stream.
A great time to start.
We're on ultra low. We were just talking about
did it
MBT
twice.
stuff.
It posted it. Oh wait, no, it didn't. No.
No, it's you're just thinking because we haven't launched a new video since Fail Portrayal came out because we don't make videos anymore.
And my stupidity now in frame.
All right, calm down, guys. I'm deliberately not playing that music so we don't get exploded. Much like MBT got exploded for posting anime clips, because anime studios will eat your shorts. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
What's that great shit poster like? Holy fucking shit! It's a dinosaur.
I'm so glad that you guys hummed Jurassic Park long enough to pass the 30-second mark again. I need to just server mute everybody but me until 30 seconds go by when we do this.
You're the you deafen yourself so you can't hear us.
That would also work.
Purveyor of You'reTheManNow.com, I see.
Oh god.
I mean, I love that meme, but
what are we doing?
Jurracs, everybody. Welcome to Jurracs. So to explain why we're here, because we did this yesterday because D&D was canceled. This week we're doing it because progression was really fucking short. It was another big bungus week. We'll just say it that way. Tune in for that on this Friday. I'll get it all edited together. But Dallas is building Nursebird. That should teach you everything you need to know about what happened.
I was gonna say a pause this thing, but never mind.
Next week's progression may or not be us playing random bullshit so we don't get stuff banned again.
We'll see what happens.
Nurse Reficule might get banned next week.
We'll see what the bracket setup is and stuff and other things.
I'm probably just gonna be begging. I'm gonna probably just be like groveling on the ground to get Omega to help me remake my.
Well, I mean, I don't mind testing your. You've got an interesting stuff. I don't mind because you said you might want to go back to Spellcasters. Again, no spoilers, but future stuff. You might be going back to your Spellcaster's Dark Paladin build, which I'm like, well, we can figure something out. You can't play Apprentice.
I meant the Spellcaster deck where I accidentally killed you because I made you sound your magic scientist. But
oh yeah, well you can't do that this time because I'm not gonna run him. I don't even know if I don't run any Spellcasters.
It's because I have breakers and Chaos Command, but yeah.
Yeah, the man's got 2 breakers. Anyway, but we're gonna do Fail Portrayal because we decided to do Jurrac because when it came up at the end of last stream, it was a very funny bit. And
yes.
I'm just like, yeah, heck it. Let's just do Jurrac and relax because we had a fast-paced and slightly spicy progression, which hopefully is watchable.
It probably won't be because OBS ate itself again.
Yeah, OBS started giving me problems exporting videos without any warning at all, so I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So hopefully it's not too scuffed. We do at least recap matches you may or may not have seen.
Yeah, and it could be the case where we had several duels that OBS said that's not a video. You can't record that.
Okay, I won't say which matchup it was, but I had a video clip which OBS did not like. It did not like to export this one, but OBS said that the version it finished making was 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is not, I believe, our record for shortest match, but is our shortest game in a long, long time. So, yeah, that's the kind of situation we're coming off of. Also, guess what, guys? We opened Tactical Evolution, which is not a good set of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not really. There's some yeah, I think I talked about this one in the setup for the video spoilers for next week. There's a lot of interesting generic tech stuff in it that will be relevant later. There's also a lot of not good nonsense in it. And it was a very interesting pack opening for I think a lot of us.
It's 2/3 Gemini, so yeah.
For those who don't know, who want a real quick rundown, it included the Chrysalis bullshit, Gemini bullshit, and the Nex. If you go know what that is, you know how bad.
And people say Cyberdark Impact is the worst set.
Oh, it's this boy.
Well,
we're starting off.
Yeah, we're starting. So we're gonna start alphabetically, and we're gonna just go. We're gonna go. So before we go anywhere, we should explain, I think, a little bit about Dual Terminal.
This was designed by a colorblind person?
Holy shit.
So, Dual Terminal is I believe they started as basically arcade machines, right? Like they were in Japanese arcade machines. You would go and play them. It's a lot like FGO Arcade for most of our audience.
The Dual Terminals were arcade cabinets you went to where you put in money, you play a digital game of Yu-Gi-Oh! and then at the end of your game, it would shit out a dual terminal card that was both legal in regular games, and if you brought it to a dual terminal set again, you could put it into your decks.
Yes, and also I believe most of the actual dual terminal cards, which there were actually some dual terminal machines in English. But I believe also the cards had special rarities like Shatterfoil and stuff, so they looked real pimped out. And also they were released in the regular TCG, a lot of these archetypes, as Hidden Arsenal. Which, by the way, is also timely. They've announced Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1, which is a reprint of the first 4 sets, will be coming out later this year. So you can obtain this card as a reprint in real life. Probably. I don't actually know if Aelio. This is Jurrac Aelio, by the way. E-E-O-L-O.
I more know this card because of a puzzle me and Marv tried to do and we hated it.
I can see that. Let me see what set he's from. Yes, he is from Hidden Arsenal 4.
This is puzzle, Lucas.
Oh yeah, that's also it gets the fortune lady.
So,
like,
but Hidden Arsenal, we should say, is it's a Synchro era archetype that ends up in Xyz. It lasts through the entire 5Ds era into early Zexal.
Jurracs. You said dual terminal, but like the Jurracs.
Well, all of them, all the dual terminal, like the Hidden Arsenal sets, like the last couple, come out in Xyz cards. So. Jurrac itself is a archetype that involves synchros, hypothetically. This motherfucker is a tuna, and he's not banned right now, as far as we know. But you can make Hulk with this. So you can run Hulk and Jurracs. Good job, everybody. But also the other big thing about Hidden Arsenal / Dual Terminal is it's all lore archetypes. They all have deep-ass lore, which are all connected.
What's the story of Jurrac?
Honestly, except Jurracs. Jurracs are the one who don't really have much of a lore.
Yeah, Jurracs just exist in the dual terminal setting. It literally, I'm looking at the first line in the wiki, and it says, "The invasion of the worms has barely affected the Jurracs. However, having watched battles desolate the ground below, fabled Valkyrus descends to the nearby realm of the Jurracs. When the wicked gods suddenly struck, the Jurracs fought back with the flames that covered their bodies." I don't see any flames on this guy's body.
Okay, so they're just a side chapter story.
Yeah, basically. Like, we will come to a monster of theirs later. It's Meteor. This is the relevant one, which actually is, like, allegedly part of some of this stuff. And also, they may be related to Neo Flamewell. But, yeah.
Well, Jurrac Meteor is related to them, but none of the real Jurracs.
Yeah, so there's some. It's a very tenuous lore archetype. What they actually do is they are, I believe they are all fire dinosaurs. Yeah, they're all fire dinosaurs with a synchro element.
Yeah.
So this is Jurrac Aelio, and I believe he is a good example of everything wrong with Jurracs.
Yes.
Guys, how many colors are in this card?
Yes. The answer is yes.
What is color?
All of the colors.
Yes, correct.
We got white, we got purple, we got black, we got yellow, we got red, we got other yellow, we got green, we got blue.
I actually do like this.
I like it.
So, I mean, because he's clearly literally a baby, right? I actually think this isn't the worst offender of Jurracs. Because it's a literal child.
It's a weird face thing.
Yes, he has the same problem that you had, and I think some of us agreed on about Dogeron last night when we did Kaiju. He's wearing his skull outside of his head, also.
He's got the Marowak.
No actual animals do that.
Yeah, it's a little weird thing. I do like the like.
Bugs do, but they wear their entire skeleton.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur, not an insect. And like he's got the cute little fire, and I get like the egg theme. Like if he was just an egg that's just yellow and red with fire, that's cool. I don't know why they needed to do this many colors.
Yeah.
Well, so
go ahead.
I think the dino's actual design is fine if a bit too much colorful. The problem is that he's inside of his egg that has red on it, which makes his design even weird.
Yeah, it would be better. It would be better if he was just the egg, or if he was without the egg and he could stand alone on that contrast of warm and cool colors, right?
This is the Togepi of the Yu-Gi-Oh world.
Yeah. He's just wearing his egg diaper. Yeah.
Also, for the general playing style of Jurracs, we kind of touched on it. If you guys ever read Baby Sarasaurus, that's the Jurrac archetype in a nutshell. Yeah. They get things when they're destroyed.
So let's read Aelio's effect. You contribute this card. He's a level 1 tuner, by the way, 200/200. You contribute this card to select one level 4 or lower Jurrac monster in your graveyard, except Aleo. Special summon that monster from your graveyard. So he's a tuner, and also you can sack him to get any level 4 or lower out of your graveyard to do recursion. And that's just these guys. He's a Rainbow Cubone, yes. Also, Chad is working tonight, so I don't need to pop it out or anything. And I think we're just gonna go. I think we're just gonna go in alphabetical order with Jurracs, because why not?
Yeah, there aren't too many of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
next one is things Brachus.
Yeah, I got the list is in alphabetical. So, also, by the way, that guy, this fuck here, he's supposed to be an Allosaurus. I guess kind of because he's got the forward prongs, but other than that, I don't get that vibe.
I mean,
If we ever do another dual terminal,
he is
should we do,
generic.
like a narrative importance?
We can definitely, especially if they're more, because we will absolutely be doing some more dual terminal shit.
Like Ice Barrier or something? Or
Oh yeah, Ice Berry's on the list. We've also got some other stuff. X Sabers, for instance.
Yeah.
So I was saying, please, can I talk? I think he's just a very generic, like T-Rex and/or motherfucker. My brain just died.
Well, Allosaurus is like that.
Yeah, Allosaurus.
Now this guy, I like him.
I like his face.
So,
He's
this
got
is
fun.
Jurrac Brachus.
This might be the
I
best
don't like
design.
him, but it's just a personal thing. I've always hated the computer fragmenting on biological creatures.
I just want to say
Okay.
something. This guy is giving peak E type energy.
Oh no, I love all of the stuff. I love all of the stuff about this that isn't the computer fragmentation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does have some
also-
weird Tron lines in there, which are not necessarily on theme.
Drytron lines though.
And then the green light.
We don't talk about
behind
Drytron
it.
combo lines.
It looks like he's about to break apart a Digivolve.
Honestly,
Like he's
yes.
literally looks like he's digitized.
Oh, the
Well, so Zed, we will definitely be critiquing the mechanics of Ice Barriers. We may or may not critique their lore, but also their lore is sometimes their mechanics, which is the problem with Hidden Arsenal and Dual Terminal.
Yeah, that's like the problem with the problem with Dual Terminal is that they have FGO lore kits.
Yeah,
sometimes.
they've got Gen 1 FGO kits, basically.
Well, they have FGO lore kits that are like bad.
Well, yeah, that's what we mean. They have the OG FGO kits. So, Jurrac Brachus is another tuna. A level 3 tuna. While another face-up Jurrac monster is on the field, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Honestly, for a tuner, that seems like a bit of a waste. Why are you have another face-up Jurrac and this tuner and you don't have a synchro already? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the I think the effect is fine, but it does seem weird on the tuner.
It does not necessarily play into the playstyle, but it's not awful.
Yeah, it's a solid effect because if you're forced to stall with like with like Aleo and Brachus and you have nothing engraved to loop. Or some
And like
dumb
I said,
shit.
I do want to throw out there. Also, immediately we've already. I mean, they're in 2 different sets. I think this guy's from 3 and Aleo was from 4. But like, as a concept, Jurrac have 2 different tuners with 2 different levels. Not every synchro archetype can claim that.
They have 4 tuners with 3 different levels actually.
Yeah, as a total, I
That's
believe they
pretty
have quite a
decent.
few tuners. So they have a
Yeah.
wide variety in their synchro plays, which is good. That's very important because synchros are very specific about the numbers. You need tuners with different levels so you can do different plays.
Right.
But yeah, actually, I don't think there's too much to say about Brachus. I like that he's on fire.
Like unlike Aleo, the even though it is very like art deco colors, like big bright colors, the purple and red go together with this flame. The weirdness is kind of like the dark vomit green, but it's not heinous.
No, like the background glow is a little weird, but like, no, he's all right. He's on fire. They have a warm purple because of the color washout, right? Like they have a cool on his back of his tail. They actually, unlike which was the V hero we didn't like with the lighting effect? Was it Vion?
I think it was Vion.
I think it was Vion because
Yeah.
Vion was the dude who just was orbs, lighting orbs everywhere.
Yeah. So unlike Vion, I actually think the artist of this did the color contrast with light effects good. Like
Yes.
he's lit up by the fire, and then the back of his tail where there's no fire is like a cool dark color. He's pretty
I
alright.
like the minor pastel effect on the fire.
Yeah. No,
Like
this
I
got good
said,
color comp.
The only issue I have with the entire card is just the lines.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair.
And that's
It
just
does-
a personal aesthetic dislike.
I like those kind of like that kind of aesthetic, but that's fair. It doesn't really.
I don't like it on biological creatures. I like it a lot
And
on like machines.
I also think it's safe to say that we are peaking with Brachus as far as designs go.
We
I
may
mean,
be.
that's-
We may
we'll
be
see.
peaking with Brachus.
Okay.
Let's look at
we're
probably
peaking
the
early?
most obvious name for a Jurrac ever. Well, I can say it because it doesn't matter, but I'm going to pull up a card called Jurrac Dino.
Which I think is a dynamite or some bullshit.
That is what the
Probably.
wiki says, and also could make sense. But hey, here's let me make sure he's centered. Here's Jurrac Dino. I don't know why
Okay,
he's a
so-
Halloween dinosaur.
Pumpkin King!
Okay,
He's
so
a Halloween.
Okay, so 3 points for this one. Looks like his feet are stinking. 2, he looks like a reject Digimon.
Luchador.
You've given me the saying his feet stink has now made me just hate this card even more. I don't like it.
I mean, his feet are. Like,
He has two,
covered in
guys.
lava.
He has 2 different fire patterns. Look at that. He's got the
He
dark
also
red
has
on
a
his
Lucha-
tail, and then he has
a
the
Lucha
orange.
Libre skull
No, he has
mask
3
on his
because he's
head.
got fire on
It
his
looks
mask
like
as
he
well.
does.
It's a completely different color.
Guys, it looks like he has stitching on the side.
Why?
This guy is the aborted love child of
Also-
Agumon and Guilmon.
You're
Also
right, he is a
looks like
Why?
he's going to be a wrestler or something.
Why?
Yeah, he is a
Why?
luchador.
His-
What the fuck?
His skull mask is a Lucha Libre mask. He has a fat ass callous bod gut. that
Yeah,
has
he's got a
pumpkin
beer
on
belly.
it.
As Loth pitched out, he's got a weird stitching effect on like his scales. Like they look like stitches, not scales.
I mean, I brought that up.
No, that
Oh,
that
you-
wasn't me.
That was okay. That was Axe. Sorry, there was a
Yeah,
lot of
I-
talking
I-
going on. Sometimes I get you guys confused because like 2 minutes will pass and I'll be like,
I also just
somebody
noticed
said
this
something
guy
I
is
liked.
apparently-
It was one of the Tweedles. They said
This guy's
something.
apparently fast as fuck because he has motion blur behind him.
Yeah,
Look at him.
he's doing the fucking after image technique.
Meg,
You're
can you
right.
tell me what the effect is so I can stop looking at it?
Okay, we'll move on. So this is also shockingly a tuna.
Tuna.
Now on the
Yeah,
one, I'm noticing a slight
1700
problem with
attack.
Jurracs. I don't know how you synchro summon. So far they're all tuners. Oops.
Dude,
But this one actually has
Like
decent
7
stats. He's a
tuners
level
and a
he's a
12
level
attack.
3, 1700 attack, so it's not awful. Fire
Yeah, it's
Dino,
pretty good
obviously.
stat for level 3, even for the time.
Once during each player's end phase, if this card destroyed an opponent's monster by battle this turn, you contribute 1 Jurrac monster to draw 2 cards. So kind of playing into their effects. Also, it's a little slow, but honestly, for the era, that's not the worst effect. Like if you actually,
But also,
good.
Another bad effect on a tuner.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be left over. That's the problem. Like, if this guy wasn't a tuner, he'd be way better. But you can also just play him not to be a tuner, and like do stuff like that.
Actually, let me look up how Dino works. If Dino's effect like lingers at the end of the turn, that's different.
Actually, that may be
But-
true. It says it's a trigger effect. I don't know
It's a
what that means,
cost.
oh judge.
Contribute a face down Jurrac monster. End phase, which Jurrac Dino destroyed a monster is destroyed by.
He has to be
Jurrac
Well,
Dino is not face up.
He has to be on the field.
Yeah,
You
according
can
to
kind of
the
understand the
According to
idea
the
of the fact
OCG.
you can kind of understand the idea of the fact they made his feet on fire because he's going super fast. Why is it
Yeah.
like there's fire coming off of his horn though?
Because he's gonna stab you. He's gonna get you,
super heated.
gonna get you.
man.
This is one
Also,
of the
like you
worst
can see,
cards I've ever
there's
seen.
also like in the background.
Oh,
there's tracks where he's
Dallas,
running.
don't go start saying that when we're only this early into Jurrac.
I know I say that. Oh God, I know I say that often, but this actually I mean it this time.
Okay,
wait.
Dallas, let's see how you
What
feel as we look
So what I'm
at
seeing is-
Jurrac Gallum.
As Dallas shoots himself in the foot.
Wait, does this thing have a flame cannon on his belly?
crotch fire flamethrower.
Okay, I'm gonna say I actually like this design slightly more than the last one. It's not good. It's still awful,
It's a
but it is
Wait,
not as
wait.
easy.
This guy reminds me of the guy from My Hero Academia.
he's the
It's
belly
like,
button
with the
laser
naval
dude.
laser.
He's the belly button laser guy, but he's a fire dinosaur.
Is this? Wait, guys.
I mean,
is
it's
this-
also
this
Gallum is
magician-
also fabulous. Look at its feathered collar.
Is this?
Yeah.
Is this magician's red though?
You mean it's the guy? You mean it's the guy who?
Is that?
It's the guy who.
Yo, is that a
breaks the
motherfucking JoJo reference?
Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference?
You mean it's the guy that breaks the fourth wall? Because if you look at the naval laser guy, he's looking at the camera in every shot he's in.
Interesting. No, it's a bird.
no,
It's a
it's-
fire of bird, but also it's a dinosaur. Duh.
Yeah. So like,
Wait, guys, I found the prototype of Fire Kings.
I don't think this guy is bad, but the the flamethrower is very odd. There's just almost a place they can put it. They chose the wrong place.
Yeah, so like if you remove the flame cannon in its groin area, the anatomy's very weird and tubular that way.
Yeah.
Tubular.
Not that kind of tubular. But other than that, the actual design isn't the worst. Like, yes, it's a weirdly sassy dino, like with the feather trim and the sassy face. But
I have a weird
that's
thing
not,
about how...
especially considering the Jurracs we've already seen, that's not inherently wrong. The
Like,
cannon
honestly,
bit is definitely kind of what the fuck.
It literally looks like the bottom half and the top half don't actually connect, because if like its left arm went up, you probably wouldn't see it connecting.
Yeah, no, it looks like one of the Galar fossil Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, because those are literal abominations of nature we stitched together.
I'm pretty sure every time I see one of those, someone will name it. I won't die. Kill
Also,
me now.
there's an extra fire effect behind it, which I think is just for fun, but it's weirdly connected, right?
Zed, if you look at it and it looks like it's giving you bedroom eyes, I think that's a question you need to ask yourself.
No. It's got the weird smug face eyes. Like, it's got half-lidded. It's, like I said, it's got a little bit of a weird face.
It's got hungry eyes.
They're watching you.
All right.
It's gonna burn you up.
Yeah, we're gonna. So this is our level 2 tuner.
Yeah,
Oh my
once
God.
again, another tuner. So you're never sending something with the Dark Type, apparently. Because you're all tuners.
When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, so Macrocosmos hard fucks you.
Yep.
Your opponent can discard one card to negate this card's effect, otherwise destroy the monster that destroyed this card. So it's like a Yomi ship, or your opponent has to discard. It has 1200 attack and 0 defense, so it will very easily get run over.
Yeah.
Again, a bad effect on a tuner. It has no recursion, and it has no way of keeping itself alive. But it is a decent card to play, because you either get to pop your opponent's monster that flattened it, or they have to discard a card. Both of which are good.
So, as you may have noticed, a running theme with all the tuners is that they have shitty effects for tuners for no reason.
Because dual
except
terminal.
Like, Alia was fine because it lets you level fix in a way.
Yeah, you can either play him and use him as a level 1, or you can be like, actually, I want a level 3 tuner right now. Excuse me, pardon me. So we're actually going to look at one of the our first Jurrac Synchro, allegedly, that you can make with this archetype, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I mean, you could also play like aren't there other fire dinosaurs that exist?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but you do need to play dinos, at least for this guy. He is I'm gonna bring up Giganoto, or possibly Giganato, something like that. Somebody type in chat. By the way, this name is not localized at all. They just literally took it from the Japanese. But he is 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner dinosaurs. Again, which we haven't seen yet.
Well, but also, like, apparently the dinosaur is just the name with they took swords out of the dino name. Like Giganotosaurus.
Yeah, that's also a pretty long. Okay, so I cannot find a good art of him with backdrop, so we're gonna copy in this.
Don't blame him.
We're gonna copy in this translucency.
Oh, here's. Oh, that's a bad. These are bad renders, but there's at the very bottom of the page. There's this.
Oh, okay. I'll open that one up. We got an image of him. Okay. If only the wiki would actually categorize everybody's. Yeah, so we'll pull up the real
version.
version.
The backdrop, unlike everyone else, I think the backdrop does complement this boy.
Yeah, so it's a little small.
My first thought upon seeing this guy was I made the My Hero Academia thing. This guy, I can't remember his name. He's just the flame guy.
Oh, Endeavor? Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ, you're right.
I mean, he has flaming eyebrows. It's true.
Yeah.
I can't unsee that. No, he has the same costume color.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Yeah. I mean, that means it's an okay color palette. So, Giganoto here, other than, like, the perspective weirdness you usually get with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I don't actually think there's anything horribly wrong with this. Maybe he's got a little too much muscle definition in points and they don't line up, but, like, he's doing an action shot, his color palette isn't excessive.
Yeah, like at this point, we have to accept that Jurracs have an awful color palette. This is fine. This is okay.
He's only got like 3 or 4 colors.
Wait, hold on. I need to show you something, Omega.
He's got like the backdrop. The backdrop actually exists, as Vesper brought up. He's like standing on the cracked rock or something.
I think we are running into some copyright infringement territory.
As the world is burning, he's
I think there's too much blue on it, honestly.
What?
That's funny.
We might want to bring that. We might want to put that side by side.
Sure, we got the space. Sure, I'll
Which
pull it up.
series has one from? I forget.
To just look at it and be like, this is not a Digimon.
I believe this is from 2.
Also, I want to point out.
It is from the second
Flame
season.
Dramon.
I want to point out. I typed in Flame Dramon on Google image search. This was the second image that came up.
Is it going to? Well, okay,
No.
saving that.
Not, oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
I know what I'm
Interesting.
about.
Interesting.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So I mean, yeah, the color palette. I don't actually think it's as. We've had way more closer copyright problems.
Like Spawn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
this is just.
yeah.
Flaming,
Go ahead.
Flaming Eyebrows aside, this guy's pretty sick looking. The blue purple is an odd choice, but it's not too dissonant from his red and yellow.
It's not as often like they're contrasting colors, right? Like it's a cool
Yeah.
color and warm colors. So I do kind of agree with Axe where there's a little too much of the cool color. Like I think they could make the red areas on his arms maybe go up a little bit farther in his feet, but it's not inherently awful.
No,
so
it's a little off-putting.
This is an effect synchro, but not a synchro tuner. All face-up Jurrac monsters you control gain 200 attack for each Jurrac monster in your graveyard, and he's got
Oh
2100
god, that's not a
attack.
good, that is not, that is a weird, that's, I don't know
Welcome
if it's bad
to
sign or good sign.
attack ups in the past. 200 for every Jurrac in your graveyard. So
Probably at least
basically,
have
he
to.
gets at least 400 because you had to send 2 probably to make him, but he is technically generic.
What level is he?
He is a level 7 synchro.
So maybe 3.
With it's true. You could do a 3 synchro. With 2100 attack base. If you do him with 2 materials or with 3, he's like 25, which is about right for a 7. It's
27.
okay-ish, you know, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
It's just the level of this attack up is so hilarious.
But if you synchro chain of it, probably better, I guess.
I mean, he has the A Forces in the graveyard, which the A Forces is still a decent card now. So like they were like they didn't want to go too weird.
Yeah, it's a card that is all right. It's just that's definitely like it's not very impressive, right? Even for the time period. Like, okay, he's as big as Stardust Dragon. Cool, I guess.
Okay.
So let's move on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this boy. Oh, this man.
I don't even know how the fuck to say this one.
Gwyver? Other name is Gwyver.
Guava.
Okay, I like how I look over at chat and just see Zed saying Google it. Wow, NSFW speedrun. It's like the speedrun of how to get banned on Club Penguin back in the day.
It's like everyone's childhood just become lewd.
Well,
No,
yeah.
it's specifically Pokemon. Once again, I will point out the most searched Rule 34 category is still Pokemon, and it will always be Pokemon.
I can set him up. Okay, so remember how that last guy had a
Anyway, moving
background?
on.
Gwyver here.
This guy doesn't.
Yeah, no, he's just speed lines. That's the other.
This man is
This is
also
the other thing you need to know about
80%
Jurracs,
Can we
right?
take a moment to be like, I'm trying to, my mind needs to adjust to actually see what its body is.
Okay. We'll give back some time. So I want to say the 2 things we know about Jurracs for sure, based on their card appearance. They go fast and they're on fire. And judging by their card effects, when they get to wherever they're running at high speeds, they explode. Because they have effects based on being destroyed or destroying.
Can we, I was more
No,
breaking
they go
it
straight to
as
your
a
thighs,
partial
and
joke
then
if
you'll
anyone
blow
else
up.
had trouble seeing its
I mean,
flame
you're
was
right.
moving opposed.
All the fire on all 6 points of its body are on fire, plus its back spines, really makes it hard to follow the line art. He's got 2 arms, by the way, kids.
Yeah.
One of
Yes.
them you can't fucking see because it's on fire and also
Oh
yellow.
yeah,
So-
the action line is messed up here.
So,
And not to mention like the way he looks proportioned, his neck stops at like his legs.
okay, I have
Yeah.
a huge problem with this design.
Yeah.
It looks like he's supposed to have fins, but they just turned the fins into fire, and that's stupid.
Like, they
Well,
have, like,
so
huge
he's
match
got
mix on his back.
spines clearly, but yes, the spines are on fire, and it's weird.
Also, the weird like he has like a horse racing mask made of bone.
Also, why does he have just fire in his mouth? He's not breathing fire. It's just in
Also,
his
I want to
mouth.
say this name is clearly taken from a actual real life Guibasaurus. It's spelled the exact same way. Let me just pull you up a live reproduction of what Guibasaurus is supposed to
Yeah,
look
I was looking
like.
at that image. I was looking at that image too right now.
Let me
Very funny.
shift him over. There's a
Goddamn it,
human
Mark.
for size comparison, but you need to see that part.
He's got little thumpy arms.
Okay, once
There's a
again,
problem
the
here.
video page is drunk.
There's a
I mean,
massive
they're not
problem
drunk. This is literally what this dinosaur is called. It's called
No,
Guibasaurus.
No, I not meant that. I meant that it may have been based on the manga-only card Guyver.
Oh, that part is dumb. Just because so they translate it as Jurrac Guyver. They're just wrong. That's just somebody's fan wank. No,
Yeah.
it's literally it's Guiba.
Look at this adorable mad lad on the right compared to whatever this monstrosity on the
Yeah,
left
they
is.
they really did Guibasaurus dirty, which I don't think I've ever said before in my life.
And we've also returned to too many colors. He's got like a brown.
Yeah, he's got a shit
it's not
brown
black,
and a
it's brown.
piss
He's
yellow.
got like a weird like
and a
dark purple under
purple.
his neck,
Yeah, which is also the same color as his tongue. He's got blues and reds and also yellow, like I said.
So what
Also blacks that are on fire. So
He's got-
technically
What is
white
this card?
too.
Yes.
What does this card do?
Well, let's run through this a little bit more. I think there's a couple other details I don't like. He's got multiple fire patterns, but why also does he have a water splash pattern? Like, look at that brown. He's got bubbles. What the fuck?
Wait, is this
Who colored this
card
in?
for...
I think it's supposed to be
Wait.
magma, like it's boiling magma.
Is
Yeah, I
this
guess.
card
I don't know.
supposed to be for those people who can see, like, have like 4 cones
Liquid
or
hot
rods in their
magma.
eyes?
So, Jurrac Guiba is not a tuna. He is a normal-ass effect monster with 4 stars. So he's a level 4. He's got 1700 attack, already a huge downgrade because he has the same attack as the level 3 tuner. But if this card destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon 1 Jurrac monster with 1700 or less attack from your deck, but it cannot declare an attack this turn. Sorry, my joints got really dry. So here's the problem. This is actually a really fucking good Jurrac card. You destroy from battle. It has decent attack power as well, which you can obviously amplify, right?
You use it to grab the level 3 pro to immediately do.
Or any of your level synchros of choice, because we've only looked at 1 synchro, right?
Oh yeah.
Also, actually, you're getting really quiet now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whoever designed this card thought
How about now?
Hydrogeddon was too strong.
Axis talking to us as he's like walking away.
I mean,
How about now?
to-
Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
you're
Also,
better. You're
just
more normal.
To be fair, for its time, Hydrogeddon was too strong.
Well, yeah, but this card's like 10 years after Hydrogeddon.
No, I know that's the joke.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear,
but so
this-
it's. I think the strategy is sound, right? It's just that I hate that they have put this design on a card that, especially back in the day for Jurracs, when this came out in Dual Terminal 3, would be essential to the playstyle. They make you have to play this piece of shit because he's the
Also,
first
so
non-tuner we found.
I'm looking at the Jurrac stat lines. 1700 or lower is the entire level 4 lowers line.
It's
So it's
almost
never
like
any
this
tuner.
card
It's
probably
level 4
came out
lower.
first, and they had deliberately designed the archetype that way.
Oh, is that why?
I'm gonna assume so. Like, it's not the first, but it's in Hidden Arsenal 3, so I don't know. No, it says there were some in Hidden Arsenal 2, so I don't know. Maybe it was just a theme they noticed with the first block.
Maybe it's
We designed it wrong on
two-way support.
purpose as a joke.
But yeah,
Good
so
joke.
it basically, and you can tutor any fucking Jurrac you want out of your deck, aka a tuner, and then you immediately on your main phase 2 go into a synchro.
Which maybe doesn't die till like a board wipe.
Okay, so the 5 that appear in Arsenal 2 are Prototoss, Velo, Mono, and Tyrannus, and then Giganto, or whatever
Okay.
it's called.
Giganoto.
Yeah.
Gigante.
Who cares?
So here's by the way, so okay, so that's not entirely true because I've just realized here's a high level guy, that we're about to
Hera.
look at. Hera.
He looks like
Well, let's not talk about what he looks like yet. We don't have him on screen. Oh, he's
Yeah.
tiny. I'm gonna have to. This is a fucking card art for ants. We gotta worry about.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna have to blow it up. But okay, so
Well, Harold's going to be able to blow something up.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, Hera came out in Hidden Arsenal 4. On the wiki, the print of him they use for his full card to, like, you know...
Oh my goodness.
Talk about what he does is, he's in Speed Duels, apparently?
He's in Speed Duels!
Yeah, there's a Speed Duel print of him. That's a little weird.
This man has a fucking double-barrel crossbow 5 flamethrower on his back.
Yeah.
So, honestly, out of all the Jurracs we've seen, this is not an awful design. I don't really like the, like, bright yellow, bright green contrast, but he's only, like, 3 colors?
Yeah, like, at the very least, he has 2 colors, and that's fine.
So
I'll
I'll
say
say
this,
this, as someone whose national sports colors are green and gold, I look at this and go, it's not bad, but it could be better.
Yeah, I think mostly the problem with Hera here is the absurdity of that thing that Vesper said all his adjectives stuck to his back.
His double-barrel crossbow flamethrower.
Yeah.
So to me, it looks like in the art program, the things on its back are a separate layer of the image.
Oh yeah, no, you were absolutely correct, Axe. Some artists drew that first. They recolored the artwork on like Gradius or something, and then they stuck it on his back.
On top. Yeah, they put the dinosaur on top.
You're absolutely correct. It is very clearly behind him, and it looks so behind him that it looks like a separate asset.
Yeah, it's like yellow armor on green skin. No.
But we have seen way weirder and more offensive Jurracs tonight.
Yeah, it just seems kind of boring to look at.
So Jurrac Hera is a level 6, 2300 attack monster. When a defense position Jurrac monster you control, except Jurrac Hera, is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Not awful, because your Jurracs are going to get flattened a lot because most of them are weenies. So it's got an inherent special.
Weenie.
And it's actually got, it's got 2300. It's a decent stat line. It is a level 6, which means it works well with some of your tunas. And you do get to special it. So
as Zed said, this is Blastoise gone wrong.
Yeah, this is evil. This is the evil mirror universe Blastoise.
It's the Blastoise that Gaston made in that one episode of Pokemon. If anyone remembers that episode, it's real. I swear.
The Ghastly on the peak or something goes me on the peak.
There's an episode where Ghastly like torments the guys, and like he takes Blastoise and Venusaur and combines it into like Venustoise or something. It's
the fusion dance thing that they did.
Oh, and well, it's time for us to actually talk about this boy. He's back for revenge from the end of last week's episode.
I missed what Hera did.
Yes.
Oh, yes, sorry, X. Hera is a level 6 with an inherent special summon condition if a defense position guy is destroyed. So he's not an awful effect.
Jurrac,
Dallas found it. So if you watched yesterday's stream, you may remember this guy from the 15 to 20 minutes we talked up what we might be doing. Yeah. Yep.
It's him! It's the boy!
He's not as terrible as some of the other card designs.
That's just dinosaur Goku.
How is this thing not falling over from being having
this one is also, I think, maybe the silliest Jurrac.
He's got a very derpy face.
First off, he's Poggin.
Yeah.
Can I bring up a thing of how it looks like he's supposed to be a quadruped, yet he's somehow not falling over?
He's definitely not meant to stand on 2 legs, but he's doing it right now because he's holding a fucking Kamehameha fireball he's about to throw at you.
Okay, so I'm trying to look at the. He obviously is meant to hearken to an Iguanodon, especially with the wrist spikes. I guess Iguanodon was a flexible quadruped. Because it has some articulation and there's some art of it doing different designs. So it may have been able to go up on 2 feet a little bit.
It still looks really weird.
You're right that this design looks very front heavy. Maybe some of that's just perspective, but yes, the fact that he's doing the Kamehameha Hadoken.
I'm seeing some restorations of Iguanodon adjacent species that are bipedal, but this is an Iguanodon. Very obviously, it's not that. Yeah. But I can see what they were going for.
Also, yeah, the element is there, green? But you're right. Yes, his head is green, and it's not just the color wash, right? Because they have the color wash correctly on his shoulders and arms.
Nothing else is green is a problem.
Yes, I gotta say this. Axe, what? Not Axe. It's because Axe was talking. I always do this. Loth, what are you doing with these gifts right now? What's going on?
He's about to pull off a chaos dunk.
Oh, okay. I guess that could also work.
The gift is from Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. Which is,
like I said, I thought of the Kamehameha Hadoken kind of thing. But no, Axe is absolutely right. Also, study this guy's color palette. Yes, it's few colors, but they're weird. He's got green, like a creamy minty green, a kind of medium purple, and an indigo kind of blue.
Oh, but yeah, and also like the green really fades away on his face into this lighter blue that gets darker the further down it goes on his body.
Yes.
Okay.
And not that actually doesn't make as much sense because he's fire all the way down. Like he's got a fire mohawk and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And the fire mohawk is coming out of the rigors of his color palette.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really, it contrasts in a kind of bad way.
Yeah, it's just, this is not a, like, some pieces of art we've talked about are like, okay, I don't like the aesthetics of this, or like, obviously there were some like Photoshop filters. I just don't think at any level this was comped together super great. He's got a weird pose, he's got weird proportions, his palette is weird.
Like, this is not a bad card to look at, it's just not fun to look at.
It's very confusing.
The reason we chose this guy is because he just looks weird. Like, he's not bad, he just looks weird.
He's just
funky. It's just weird, yeah.
Alright.
So, Jurrac Iguanodon is another level 4 non-tuner 1700 attack. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can select one set card your opponent controls, return it to the hand.
He's a Hey Trunade.
Basically. Not the most effective effect, especially on a destroy by battle trigger, but alright, passable. He's also a level 4 with 1700 attack, so, you know.
Like, at worst, or at worst, at best what you've done is you're taking your opponent's set card, bounced it back, and have to set it again, and have to wait another turn to activate it, which is passable if he was from 2003.
Sylvester, you know Jurracs, like, are there ways for them to get more attack points to actually beat other beaters?
Well, you summon Jurrac, Giganote.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 2010 for this guy.
Oh, why are you small? You're the big one. I'm gonna have to blow up our next one's art.
Oh yeah,
it's time for the big Chungus.
Meteor,
who I have to blow up.
I think that's
big, actually.
This guy reminds me of Lavos.
Yes, it reminds me of Lavos a lot, actually.
He reminds me of
First off, what's hard to notice on the actual card, there's a dude in that meteor. There's a guy in there.
Yeah, there's actually, he's got a head, he's got arms, he's got feet. Also, yes, you're absolutely right. Like, if you look at the print of this, it's very obscured because I think he's only ever been printed as, like, a secret. Yeah, he's... So, fun fact, this guy will actually... his first reprint ever is coming up when they re-release Hidden Arsenal. Since Hidden Arsenal 4, this motherfucker has never been reprinted. So he only exists as a secret or dual terminal super ultra mega rare.
Yeah, no, welcome to Proto Nibiru, as everyone is saying. That's what he is.
Yeah, everybody's talking about he's Nibiru. So Jurrac Meteor is a level 10 dinosaur synchro. And to understand why he is slamming into the earth at high speed is because that's his effect. He requires one Jurrac tuner, so you're archetype locked, and 2 or more non-tuner dinosaur-type monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, destroy all cards on the field, then special summon 1 tuner monster from your graveyard.
So ideally what you do is you bring Aliel back and then combo.
Yes. So, by the way, destroy all cards on the field. That includes him. It's a non-optional Black Rose, basically. But way more complicated.
This card never attacks unless you revive him. Because it's non-optional. It's not Black Rose where it's optional. It is
a non-optional, and also he's way more complex to summon than Black Rose, because Black Rose is, I believe, a perfectly generic level 7 or 8.
Black Rose is generic level 7, which is why everyone played it.
Yeah, Black Rose is good. He has 2800 attack if you can fish him out of the graveyard after he explodes.
Yeah, it's not a bad stat line, but
it's just so. It's a fucking 3 material minimum fusion with Jurrac tuners and dinosaurs to get a field nuke.
He's a counterplay card.
You can play this better. You can literally just play Black Rose in this deck because Black Rose is generic and is fire.
Yeah.
And it's 7.
The only reason that he's archetype blocked is because of that second effect.
Yes, because you get a tuner out of your graveyard. He recurs.
Yeah, and and the way it's worded, any tuner, so you can get Lion or some fucking dumb
Right,
shit.
because if it's generic, it'd be actually really broken. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he would probably honestly if it was just like even if it was just dinosaur tuners maybe because you could do some support there, but I don't know how robust that is. But if it was especially if it was generic, even if it was 1+2 for 10, no, that would be abusable. This guy would get his ass banned because tuners are. There are a lot of like we joke about tuners dying for Hulk's sins. Oh, there's a Turbo Tuesday for this. I'm gonna have to watch this if I haven't already.
It's 4 minutes long, but we'll watch it at some point.
Yeah. Will MBT get mad if I just stream his video inside my video?
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's not push it. YouTube might get mad on his behalf. But like,
also, the list was made by Giant Skyhawk, the man, the myth, the legend.
That's pretty interesting. But no, so like I said before, we talk a lot about other cards dying for Hulk's sins, but there are actually some tuners that are a problem because they generate tokens or other nonsense recursion that probably need to go at some point, and it's not just because Hulk exists.
As much as it's a joke, most tuners that have been banned deserve to be banned. It's just that Hulk, it's just that Needle Fiber made the cards very obviously busted because there was no good way to abuse them in the way that Needle Fiber made them abusable.
Also, as somebody has brought out, yes, you can technically skill drain with him. I don't know why you would. Okay, so now we're going to get a not probably the worst art. Also, do we actually have anything else to say about Jurrac's art? Like, Meteor's art? Like, other than the fact that, yes, there is a dinosaur in there, I don't really think there's much to say. He is a meteor.
What does he do with the lore?
The most you can say is that the dinosaur
he crashes into Worm Zero, I think, and blows them up. I think that's what he does. There's a card, there's a Jurrac spell card I may have to dig up somewhere that shows him smashing into the earth, and it's really funny.
It shows two Jurracs with literal anime bug eyes.
Jurrac Impacto.
His lore is that he's literally built to die.
Okay. He reminds me of the non-true final boss of Asura's Wrath.
Oh right, yeah.
So
that whole thing.
Let's go back to old school Jurracs. This is Jurrac Monolth.
Yo, is that a baby Ceratosaurus?
I mean, basically. Do you want me to do the side-by-side? I'll do it.
I mean...
Keeping in mind that baby Ceratosaurus is fucking ancient.
So, remember the first Synchro we looked at? It looks like the baby version of that.
Well, and Alien was already a baby because he was in a literal egg, but yeah.
That's baby Ceratosaurus.
We're actually bringing him out.
Why not?
Is the baby.
They have similar large eyes. A Monoloth, though, could be a baby of literally any Jurrac because it's got, like, 4 colors on it, and it's on fire and stuff.
This one's also got sassy. He's got a sassy pose, too, though.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so anime. I don't know why they have so many sassy-faced dinosaurs. I don't know what's going on over at Konami HQ.
If you want to kill me, you won't.
I don't know what's going on at Konami HQ.
What are you gonna do? Make me extinct? Oh fuck! Oh shit!
And ironically, it does not have a destruction trap effect. This is a level 3 tuner with 1500 attack. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once. What the fuck?
It's a terrible effect on it. It's a shitty effect. Well, it's a good effect on a monster who doesn't fucking need it.
Now, to be fair, I do believe this is one of our first ones that is from Hidden Arsenal 2, which was their first set. So maybe they didn't know what Jurracs did yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they were like. So my thought process is that Giganoto was in the first set. They thought that, I guess, attack modulation was going to be their thing, and then they said no.
Yeah, you would attack modulate and swarm when that's not actually what this deck does, which is, I guess we should say the playstyle of this is to do battle trigger effects.
Actually, wait a second. No, I think Monoloth is a baby Giganoto looking at him. I think that's what that is.
Does this thing have what?
I mean, they were from the same set, so that could be the design. Yes.
I believe the correct term for Jurrac's playstyle is Yiddi's Allahu Snakbar, the deck.
Yes, the deck is about battle destruction. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much destruction based. So like it's harkening back to Baby Ceratosaurus before Baby Ceratosaurus was a broken card. But they did it badly.
Yeah. Okay, so moving swiftly on.
He's not bad, but yeah.
Okay. Don't have anything else.
I pulled up this card to like get his art and get his effects, and I immediately have a reaction. I'm immediately like,
Oh, the next one, the next guy.
Protops.
So let's pull up Protops.
More like Jurrac Prolapse.
Oh, I didn't delete first. Hold on. Let me clear the chaff away and center this up. Yeah, no, I don't like him that he's bigger. No, that didn't improve him. There's just something about this Remy Tim-ass dinosaur coming out of the page at me.
Explosion is what he is.
Okay, I have an embarrassing question. What is the original thing for me, Tim?
It's an AH thing.
It's
I meant as in, like, what is the as a?
Well, no, it's one of
the
I think it's
design.
like Jeremy's OC or something.
I mean, basically, it was his wrestling character.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and the colors were purple and orange.
Yeah,
I believe
that's all there is to it, really.
Yeah,
And
Jeremy
I
just
don't
likes
know.
purple and
I didn't
orange, and the rim job. This is a rim job dinosaur, not that kind of
There's-
rim job, the other kind.
There's
put
nothing
Remy
to
Tim on
say
screen.
about him other than he looks terrible. Oh,
I mean, you.
I
Oh,
think he looks so.
Which looks
okay,
worse?
but still
I mean,
very
Hey, audience at home.
Remy
Corporate
Tim.
needs you to tell you the difference
Wait.
between these two images.
wait,
They're the
guys,
same.
I figured it out. He's one of those toys that transforms the dinosaur transform into the wrestler on the right.
Correct. He's like a Dinobot thing. Yeah, no, I don't like his weird veiny look.
It looks like he's in pain.
Yes.
No, he's
Protops
having
is
a direct
in pain.
prolapse right now. That's what's happening.
Protops is in pain, and he needs help. He needs you to destroy him.
Well,
Let me go
so
check if
what's-
he actually
what's
has a destroy
happening is-
effect. No, he doesn't. Ironically, he doesn't have an effect that props when he destroys. Also, but by the way, Vesper, you were clearly right. This is a Hidden Arsenal 2 monster. He has an attack modulation effect. Would you like to know what it does?
I'm looking at him. He gets 100 attack for each monster
Yeah.
your opponent controls.
Yeah, so Protops is another 1700 level 4. It gains 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Good job. 100 attack gained, everybody. That'll solve the
But
problem.
also, like, to go back to his design, he is being set on fire, and he has been superheated so much he is breathing it. He is not. This is
He
not
looks
his
like
thing
he's
to
in
do.
pain.
I'm
And he looks like
reminded
he's got
of
a
a
weird shield
meme of a Shiba, which I admit I think it's getting some like gland stuff done. But there's a little Shiba Inu in the cone that is freaking out, and then there's just a dramatic zoom at the last minute. It's just like, oh, that's Protops' face. He's just like, what? Something's going on behind him. We don't want to know. Let's move on. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. How many we got left?
A few. We also need to pull up Jurrac Impact.
We got like I think 7 or 8 left in a trap card.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Yeah, next one is Pater, which is not really a dino.
Tyrannosaurus.
This is well before that whole debate.
Well,
Yeah.
we're not talking about Super Tato, though.
Hey, guess what, guys?
Is there not a good render for Terra?
Yeah, I'm gonna go hunting, but I don't think there's a good Jurrac Terra.
What I usually do
Oh, by
is,
the way, once again, this
here's-
is the
here's
card with the
here's one
computer
Omega.
lines.
I just go to the bottom of the gallery and Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not great, but it's a render with a full thing of him.
Okay, so they got one in the bottom of the gallery. Let me see. Oh, they do.
Also,
Okay.
this guy has the same.
Oh,
thing that
because he had a cutout. He had a cutout in Tag Force. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why gallery is separate from artworks. I guess it's because they're different, but I'll start checking there more.
Oh yeah, how does this card? Even...
There are usually a lot of usually for like cards that people like, there are like redraws and like well done blow-ups that are posted on like DeviantArt or something. This is a video game slice. So here's Taro. It has the thing Dallas doesn't like.
Yeah.
And also, I gotta say, in this context, I don't like it. It looks like he's got lightning pointing towards his little tail dong.
Well, and what I think is the idea is that they're being heated so much, like their veins are heating up, but it doesn't look like veins. It just looks like Tron lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like Tron
sad
lines.
thing is, I like green. This guy is a horrible shade of green to go with all this fire.
It's
So,
more
like-
of its face not matching the green.
Yeah, and like I know it's how pterodons are supposed to look, but his mouth has like a weird like smile that looks wrong.
Yeah, his
looks like
beak,
he's about to
both
dive into the
sides of
ocean
his
to pick
beak
up
mouth
fish.
curve up, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why
He's
do you have
doing,
it
like,
curving up like a hookbill thing? And yeah, he's making a... He's an evil fire pelican dinosaur.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
Nice.
why is there light at the end of his beak?
Yeah. Patera.
He's the light bringer.
He's not a
But,
light bringer.
This man's smug face mocks me.
Yeah. Dallas does not like this dinosaur. Its smug aura mocks him. So this is a
also-
level 3 dinosaur.
This card's effect is terrible.
Yeah, we're going to get there. So this is a level 3 non-tuner dinosaur with 1,500 defense and 800 attack. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. But if this card is attacked, return the attacking monster to hand after damage calculation, and this card gains defense equal to that return monster's level times 100. This effect does literally nothing.
Huh.
It only does something if your opponent attacks something with a monster weaker than it, and then it's a bad wall of illusion that gets bigger, but it didn't have wall of illusion stats to begin
Yeah,
with.
it only procs if your opponent does attack priority wrong. If they attack with their smallest monster first, and they flatten your Jurrac Terra, and they don't flatten it, and you're like, your monster gets bounced, and I get bigger defense. Like, so I will say this at least, it's not a temporary increase, so yes, hypothetically, Jurrac Terra only gets bigger, but once you do it once, your opponent's not going to attack him again.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. This is in Hidden Arsenal. This is in Dual Terminal 3.
Yeah.
So this is after they realized they weren't doing the attack modification, but they still did it. But with defense modification with this
I mean,
guy.
so, okay, he's a level 3 non-tuner. I don't know if they have a 6 synchro. I don't think we've seen it yet. We've seen 7 and 10.
They have a 10, 7, and a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
other
I
one
guess
is
if we do have a
Delphino.
level 2 tuner, so that can help you make the 5, but also you can just play the level 4s, which are all good, or functional anyway, like they're part of the theme.
Fine.
And you can play Alilo, who, while dumb-looking, is a functional level 1. So, yeah, there's no need for this card to exist. There's no need for him. Wabaku strats. Yes, true. You could also do Wabaku, I guess, to make him not get destroyed.
Wabaku
that's-
in this era.
Everybody.
That's
Now, I
that's
know
really
for
cute.
sure I can actually find art of this next man.
He's pretty decent. I like this next one.
Spinos?
Yes. Jurrac Spinos.
I have a problem with the,
2600.
I have a problem with the art.
I'm not able to special
Well, what is your problem, Dallas? Lay it on me, because he's here. He's here. He has come.
His facial expression. It looks like someone just kicked him in the nuts.
So, as we've discussed, this is on theme for Jurracs. They don't do faces good. Now, there are 2 more Spinos in this set who look fine. Like, the secondary Spinos in the back, they're okay.
Well, those are obviously Spinos tokens.
Wait, hold on. No, what's
yes, it
happened
is
is he's about to attack you, and then he's like, "Wait, did I leave the oven on?"
So he's got some of the color palette problems. I'm also noticing another sub-theme of the, like, skin peeling look. Like, look at his arm. What's going on there? Why?
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's gross. Other than that, honestly, once again, seen way more personally offensive Jurracs tonight.
It's okay.
I'm getting
That's
more
what I
aesthetic
say.
pleasure from the Tim Tam I'm eating than this guy.
So Jurrac Spinos, by the way, this is supposed to be a main deck boss. This is a level 7.
Huh.
So this is a big boy. He's a big chungus.
Yeah.
I mean, so this card is actually very good.
Yeah, I can
Because
see why he was reprinted in Speed Duels. I'm gonna shout that out every time the scan of the card is a Speed Duel card, probably because it's more legible than the Dual Terminal Super Ultra Parallel Mega Rares.
Yeah.
Which are, by the way, actually, like, fucking unreadable because they have a parallel effect over the whole card. They look really bad in photographs. I'm sure they look really sick in person, but they're fucking weird. So, Jurrac Spinos is a level 7 dinosaur with 2,600 attack, so pretty decent stats for that skill.
And to be fair, I should say, because of another card that we're going to talk about soon, it's actually pretty easy to get the big Chungus Jurrac monsters out.
So, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to graveyard, special summon a Spinos token, which is a level 1 dinosaur token with 300 attack, in attack position to your opponent's field. So, basically, he creates chumps for you to blow up with your other Jurracs, which have battle destruction effects.
Yeah, so obviously you summon 3 Spinos, then a Monoloth, and then you win.
Hopefully. You have no... Because do any of them actually have protection?
No.
No.
If you're playing Jurracs, you have no way to stop your opponent's back row other than that one card that Hatronades them and just... First, obviously, before you do anything as Jurracs, you gotta summon Meteor. Just blow up their whole fucking board. They don't need a board.
But don't say that yet, because there actually is a Jurrac with protection.
Yeah, well, but so far from what we've seen, there's not a lot of back row interaction among Jurracs. Now, if they've got one good card, that makes sense. Now, unfortunately, here's the thing: in the Link era, Spinos is bad. It's bad to give your opponent free Link tokens. You don't want to do that. That's bad.
Unless you can immediately deal with them, he's awful.
Yeah,
which to be fair, because this is a Synchro era card, this is from Hidden Arsenal 3. I'm sure they also intended it to be like, no, you're immediately flattening them for battle damage.
But also, good thing to note. This is somehow not the only dual terminal card that summons a token to the opponent's side of the field.
So let me see if I can get a good render of this.
It's an Ice Barrier monster is the other one, but there's probably more than those two.
I mean, but Ice Barrier does
there's a very good high-res image of this guy for some ungodly reason.
The dual card.
Well, Omega, it might be because this is probably one of the keystone cards in Jurrac.
Yeah, also, it's
a speed dual card.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but like this is like a 1,000 by 1,000 pixel image. Like this is a good high-res blow up of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Also, this card is adorable. I like this card.
I love how this card looks. The color is not terrible. It actually goes quite well with the green, the purple, and the red.
Yeah, I don't like the square skin cutouts, but other than that, like he's okay. He's also got the weird skull
I just
cap
realized one of its like little toe claw things is pointing up. It's like he's pointing at you, looking to someone up to the side, like, "Hey, check out this fucker."
Yeah.
Also, his flames are coming out from like gashes on his skin.
Vents.
Yeah, there's weird bits to him, but
once again, we have seen way more. I have felt more personally attacked, Protops, by other cards we have reviewed tonight.
Yeah, no, I think we're getting a little desensitized to the bad color palettes, but this one is not bad.
No.
Well,
it's
the other thing
the green's a little off, but yeah.
The other thing is,
I mean, it's Ava colors.
This guy is a small, tiny baby boy, so he'd be about like 2 inches tall, probably.
Probably, yeah. He'd be adorable.
Which is adorable.
Well, wait a second. Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So he's on his front arm legs right now.
Don't think about it.
But only one of them. and
Vesper,
he's doing a handstand?
Vesper, you forgot the rules of Jurracs. The only things we know is their bodies are covered in fire and they go fast.
Yeah, I think
also,
he's supposed to
I don't
be
get the pose. Yeah.
No, I think it's. I legit think it's supposed to be mid gallop.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but also I don't think this thing gallops. Looking at a diagram of a Sarcosaurus.
Are you expecting it to popular Q hop then?
No.
By the way,
this
is one of the few dinosaur renders they've done where actually its nose is a little too short for this actual fossils we've got. This could actually be the dinosaur though.
Despair. I don't know where you're from, but do you have like tiny lizards where you're from? Because that's exactly the kind of skittering movement I'm expecting from this thing.
I mean, yeah, but I still don't think this thing would gallop on his little midget arms.
I mean, yes, no. The actual Styracosaurus, which, like I said, actually looks a lot like this, is a biped, low-slung dinosaur. It is also about. Looks to be about just mid-thigh high. Maybe just above the knee.
Mid-thigh high, but it's long as hell because of its tail.
Yeah, which is actually true.
The face it's making in this diagram is so great. It's still like a.
Yes, no. The diagram Vesper posted, they gave it a face.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll post the image in
I'll
in
eat your
chat
knees.
because it's relevant. But.
Yeah. If you care to track it down, chat.
Oh yeah, what's the spec on it?
Yes, somebody brought
Hey.
this up.
I found the distant ancestor of the Jurracs.
Fast
That guy.
lizard.
No,
Oh
he's
yeah,
posing.
yeah. This is a fucking JoJo posing lizard.
He also looks buff too. He looks kind of buff.
He's got muscly. He's swole.
I believe, yeah, there was a thing. It's like sometimes lizards on sand or hot surfaces will just like alternate legs because it's hot for them or whatever.
Makes sense, but anyways, we're
Also, somebody brought up, did Jurracs live the same place as Flamevel? I'm not sure if they are directly related, other than that eventually the Jurracs all die or something and become Neo Flamevel.
yeah. So so what happens with the Jurracs lore-wise? Fabled Valkyries comes down, says, "I'm going to kill you." Sets the land on fire. The Neo Flamevels live there, and then the Jurracs, the dead Jurracs' wishes summon a meteor to come down from the god of the ancient flames to wreak havoc upon the Fabled.
Dual Terminal's wild, y'all.
Basically, fuck you for ruining our lives. Now die.
Yeah, no, like
Great.
the dead dinosaurs' wishes for
Yeah,
vengeance
Ghost Dinosaur
summons
summons
the meteor from space and time.
They
to
literally
kill
use the
Fabled.
black materia. They summon Meteor because fuck you.
Yeah.
Jurrac Genova.
fuck-
So this is a
Or-
level 2 non-tuner, so that's actually a fun level to play with. If this card is destroyed by battle, special summon 2 Jurrac tokens in defense position. They are level 1 tokens. They cannot be used as a tribute for a tribute summon unless it is a Jurrac monster. So yeah, this is
not bad.
this is one
Yeah.
monster that turns into 2 monsters, which you can actually tribute for Jurracs. This is not an awful card for them.
Yeah, very few token generation cards are able to be used for tributes. I do like the fact that they give you the leeway of you can use those tributes, but only for a Jurrac monster. Like we're not letting you go free, but you can have tribute summon.
Which makes
Well,
it
yeah,
easy to
'cause-
summon Spino, which is good. Also, I will say, like, if you were gonna try and modernize Jurrac, which I don't necessarily think you should, but if you were gonna try, you could also run links in this generically.
Also, the monster you actually summon with it is next.
Oh yeah.
Because, spoiler, I have a Jurrac deck.
Oh, Titan.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, we're getting to some large names. Titano. Titano.
This art is
Also,
Oh,
literally
Titan,
Jurrac
the
Titan in
translate.
Japanese.
Yeah.
this art is
Because it's
awful.
a Tyranno Titan.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
art
this-
is bad.
Yeah, I can agree
Yeah,
with
he's-
that. If they
he's
remove the
got a
green,
quote
it might
going
have
on
been
that
better.
that is interesting.
So let me see. Is there a
Mr.
solid render? I think so. Yes, we got a good one. We don't worry, kids. We're gonna bring you Jurrac Titino in the full life size. Yeah. Okay.
Ah.
So first off, he's fucking fabulous.
Terrible.
This looks like it's dying and it's still staying alive by its magma.
Why
No,
does
he's-
this look
yeah,
like,
this is
Local
Burning
dinosaur
Godzilla.
Too angry to die.
Why does
Yes.
it look like meteor stores do?
Remember when we were talking about Mpreg yesterday?
I mean, so the magma is all one color. Does he have an Mpreg orb? Let me know, chat.
Is that just an egg sack that has
So-
a monster made of volcanic ash built up?
Or is it just
If the portcullis is a
magma core?
door, is this magma blob an Impreg orb?
Oh my god, you watched that
Wait.
video. Holy shit.
Wait,
Okay.
is this just them saying that
Oh, it
all
reminds me, I didn't watch
Jurracs
that
just
video,
have a magma core inside of them?
I mean, I think it's pretty sure to say that I know they say their bodies are covered in flame, but also I'm pretty sure that Jurracs are actually made of fire inside.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
By the
so
w-
there are parts of this that are to like. He doesn't actually have that derpy a face, right? Like I don't
I
know why
think
he's
he's
bright
electrical.
green, but
Yeah,
like
he's scary.
he's
I
trying.
think the green color detracts from his.
Yeah.
The color attacks from it, but like as I made the joke, his arm pose looks weird for his design.
Yeah.
Yes, his arms are in a
honestly,
weird, like
he
he's
looks
rearing
just
up,
like-
but also he's like pointed, like you say, he's face down, like he's like looking down. His arms are pointed down a little, like his hands are pointed down, I should say.
Team, it looks like it honestly looks like it's two different things merged together.
I gotta say, why are we back to the Destiny hero thigh spikes?
Yes,
Why did he
that's
come
what I was
back
gonna
here?
bring up. He's got
I-
not just thigh spikes, he's got spikes everywhere. And like, okay, so the head spikes as a thematic call to Meteor, cool. His knees are spiky. He's got side thigh spikes. He's got weird asymmetric spikes. Wow, that's a really super long link. Thanks.
Super long link. Yeah.
He's got weird asymmetric tail spikes. The back of his hands are spiky, but also his wrists have spikes that just forward, and his elbows are spiked. The dude's got too many spikes. Too many spikes.
But he's also got nubby spikes on his tummy.
Yes, which are also vaguely asymmetrical, at least from this angle.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, they don't line up perfectly. It's a little weird. Also, I noticed he's got magma armpit.
But as far as effects go, this guy's actually
Yeah,
good.
so it's funny you said earlier, Axe, and I do believe it was Axe, that he looks like two things glued together. Because this is not a synchro. Also, I think he's actually got a bad level for Jurracs. He's a level 9.
Yeah, no, like,
Keeping in mind
that,
that Meteor is 10 and requires 2 non-tuners, so that's not useful.
Yeah, like, Titano is a good monster, but doesn't belong in Jurracs as far as if you're doing a synchro build, unless you just want to do Ungus Bungus.
Yeah, as a boss monster, I think he works fine. So, Jurrac Titano can't be special summoned. Flat up. Can't be special. Always an annoying effect. Cannot be targeted by trap or monster effects. So, you can still Fisher, Raigeki, Darkhole, whatever him, but for our set, I expect, because we will be opening Hidden Arsenals in progression, we'll be opening quite a few of them. If somebody wants to run this motherfucker, you can't get sacked. You can't get dimensional fissured or whatever.
Bottomless can't be does bottomless target?
No, bottomless I don't think targets. Bottomless is just if your opponent summons, destroy.
I think all the trap holes don't target.
But also, once per turn, you can banish one Jurrac monster with 700 or less attack from your graveyard. Kind of a theme. This card gains 1,000 attack until the end phase. This is already a 3k beater, and you can banish your tribute materials or whatever to make him 4k. That's pretty decent, right? He's got protection. You have an easy way to tribute summon him, to normal summon him. He can get more swole. It's a decent strategy. It's just, like we said, other than the fact that he name checks Jurrac monsters with 1700 attack or less, this is not otherwise a Jurrac card. Which is very weird because he's pretty early. He's in Hidden Arsenal 3, so he's the second wave of Jurracs. They were like, hey, you know how we made Synchro Monsters in that first set? And tuners? Fuck them. Main deck. So.
Well, yeah, like, at this point, Meteor wasn't the card in it was... At this point, I think it was just Iguanodon, because I don't think the other Synchro Monster was a thing yet, because he was also low level as hell, the other guy.
Yeah, Meteor wasn't until 4.
Yeah, so, like you couldn't make him with Meteor, but they also just said, nah, fuck Meteor. Like, fuck synchroing with this guy. He's your boss monster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That reminds me. Omega, do we have Fable on the list?
I don't remember. We have vaguely all dual terminals are technically on the list, but I have not specifically listed Fabled now.
All I can say is that the Hidden Arsenal 3 does have Belfido, which is the second Synchro.
Okay, so they had 2 Synchro Monsters, and both in this card could definitely not make.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of the Synchros are compatible with Titano, with Titan, and I don't know why.
But at least he is a good monster.
That's fair. It's just one of those weird things that Konami does sometimes, where they very clearly fork the archetype into 2 styles that don't cross.
No, I understand, but just compare him to the next quote-unquote boss monster.
Well, yeah, so we're going to talk about Tyrannus, which I believe was their first main deck boss monster, because he's in 2.
He's just bad. This card is bad.
Let me pull him up. This card's bad in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
This card is bad, and it should feel bad.
But somebody made sure to draw him big.
This is not the worst Jurrac design.
Oh, in terms of art, no. But
not the worst.
In terms of effects,
that said, I do still think he might. So this is a guys. What? How about before anybody says this, and Dallas can't answer because he knows. And don't look at his card if you haven't already. If you've looked at the card, you're disqualified. But how many attack points do you think this monster has?
Like 2,300.
2,400.
Did you guys only say that because Dallas said it was a boss?
2,000.
No, I look at this guy.
Otherwise, I would say like
2,400.
1,400 to 1,200.
All right, so Axe answering honestly is like, yeah, this is a 2,500 level 7 monster.
Hey, I was close. I was 100.
Yeah, I don't know why you. I don't know why you thought that.
Neos.
2,500, yeah.
Well, it's like if it needs mentioning,
Yes.
I'm like, it's okay. So it's not going to be that big though.
So first off, this guy has a mohawk that becomes a boa, that becomes his tail hair.
Yeah.
I hate his hair.
Which, by the way,
That's
they're
fur.
also, for once in their lives, it's not fire. He's only breathing fire. Why does he have fur instead of fire? Or feathers, probably, technically, because this would be the point where, you know, this was early 2010s. This was when people were like, oh, dinosaurs, feathers, actually.
Yeah,
Do
but
you wanna-
I think this is the only guy who has that aesthetic, so I don't know. They
Yeah,
just
it's
gave up
weird.
on that.
It's a weird choice.
Do you want to hear his effect? Because it's awful.
Well, yeah,
No, I think his effect is fine.
I can read it out. So this is a
I like to
this
know.
requires two tributes, 2,500, pretty normal. You contribute one dinosaur monster, generic. This card gains 500 attack. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, this card gains 300 attack. So in terms of Hidden Arsenal 2, as JURRACS as a engine to gain attack power, not awful. Because if you contribute any dinosaur monster, which I'm sure there are dinosaurs which you can like special summon from hand through shenanigans, right?
Like, hey, there's one. It's called Geosaurus.
Yeah. That's a free 3k beater, and that attack increase on destroying by battle is permanent. This is just a very slow card.
But also, the tribute effect is as well. So, like,
Yeah.
like he will get super big very fast. You just have to put a bunch of resources into him, so he's not worth it.
Yeah,
But-
it's a weird state where I think he's too slow to be good in JURRACS. Like
But
JURRACS already have lots of nonsense like Meteor you can do if you're long playing anyway. Or set up a Spino OTK with tokens or whatever, you know?
Yeah, and like the architect said, his arms don't look part of him. They look like they're coming out of the spread. There's there's
Yeah, they're
there's
way
no
too
part
forward.
of
He has no
they look
shoulders.
attached to his body.
He has no
properly.
shoulders.
It doesn't, yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
I just, my only point is.
Yeah,
out
by the
of
way, several
the
people
three-
in chat went on about the 2K. Yes? Go ahead, sorry.
My only point is out of the 3 boss monsters or 4 boss normal monsters, he is by far the weakest in terms of effect.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's the slowest for sure. Which makes him the weakest basically because are you gonna slow play JURRACS? I mean, you might if you're only playing out of Hidden Arsenal 2, you probably have to because anyway. So that was Darth Tyrannus.
Savior.
So, oh no. Sorry, I open up the card tab on the next guy and I'm like, oh, oof.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
It's Velo.
Yes. Fellow. His face is so good.
Okay, so I gotta go to the gallery for this one. So
You want to know the best part of Velo? He's with the linchpin card in the Jurrac deck.
this is a card you have to play in JURRACS.
Yeah. You have to play 3 of.
Hello, man. I'm gonna get you, man.
Honestly,
He
he
is
looks
he's
actually okay.
I mean,
part of the Dino Mafia.
I don't think he's really bad. I don't like the tone of green the greenish yellow they've picked for him. It's just why does he have a sassy face and grabby hands? Why?
Why? He's so good.
I mean, okay,
Those
so
hands are big,
technically,
too.
if he's based on a Velociraptor literally means fast thief, right? So
Yeah.
maybe that's what they're going for, but it's still a really weird design decision. Also, his hands are on fire. He's gonna grab you with
but
fire
yes,
hands.
this is the Jurrac Tutor.
You are correct. He is one of their tutor monsters. When this face-up attack position card attacks or is attacked, and it is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, you can special one Jurrac monster with 1,700 or less from your deck. So yes, basically you can. If he gets popped and he's face up by attack, you get to summon. So you fish from deck, and he is a Hidden Arsenal 2. So he's an OG. But yeah, it's the grabby hands that really bother me.
It's so like we weren't sure how the design went, but as we gotten this far, they already had 700 attack and attack modulation effects designed,
Yes.
and then they just kind of fell apart from here because they realized they designed them super poorly early on.
Well, they realized that that's just a bad design idea.
Well, capping him at 1,700 in 2010, by the way, when 2K normal summon beaters and 1,900 beaters are common, and in a battle effect is not due.
I wouldn't say 2K were common, but definitely 1900.
I mean, 2K, Gene Warped Werewolf would have existed for like 3 years at that point, and I believe there were others.
He's the only 2K for a while.
Is he?
Well, that doesn't have a ridiculously...
Okay, fair enough. But 1900s, literally 1900 attack commons were being printed like paper, and there was a 2K normal summon beater out there. Like
1900 should be the scale.
So 1700 is a bad benchmark for your level 4 battle-faced archetype. Yes, I know. There's ways to make them enhance.
With it. What does this card do again?
If he is face up and is attacked and attacks or is attacked and destroyed by battle, you get to tutor out a level 4 or lower Jurrac.
He's a really bad recruiter.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is our last monster.
It's the Synchro Monster.
Yes, this is their third Synchro. They're level 5, as mentioned before.
Question. Yeah.
I don't think this next guy's bad, but interesting angle is all I'll say.
Yeah, it's not his art is the worst part. It's his pose.
It could have been better.
Why does the purple and green sort of look like the mask?
Why does this look like
a... Stop me!
Why does this look like a Jurrac foot fetish video?
This is Jurrac Velfito.
Velfito?
Is it better just like a side pose instead of like a back pose?
Yeah, also, there's some interesting design details here. He has spikes that are also clearly fire turbine jets, obviously, because fire's coming from them.
He has Kopesh feet?
Well, yeah, no, so this is obviously a Dromaeosaur type, so he's got, like...
I want to ask Omega, because do you know why he's Velveto and not a reference to the dinosaur name?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that maybe a Japanese thing?
Because he's Velhipto in Japan.
Yeah, Verohipito. I don't know if that's, like, maybe it's an alternate telling... But yeah, so technically Dromaeosauridae is a family of dinosaurs. The actual, like, the single one that most people know is Deinonychus with the claw. There are also stuff like Dakota Raptor and Utah Raptor.
So the Velhipto is the name of the Bigfoot claw.
Oh, apparently. Okay, so that's the name of the claw. Okay, that's fine.
But his Hiji name is almost assuredly a typo.
Yes,
because it's called a Velhipto.
They flipped it. They flipped the H and the P position.
Almost assuredly on accident. Because there's no reason for them to flip it.
So Velfito is a weird translation that is probably not a good localization. So, but that's why he has Kopesh feet axe. They are exaggerated, but this is actually a feature of Dromaeosauridae. That's the big claw, the big toe claw dinos.
Let me find an image of Velhipto.
Yeah, if you know anything about dinosaurs, which I don't, to be fair, I don't know anymore. When I was a kid, dinosaurs were super big. We had Jurassic Park. I don't know if, like, I know Axe is not that much younger than me, but I think he's, on the tail end of a different generation.
He's younger than you, man.
Omega, we didn't get into dinosaurs. We had Jurassic World.
You're right. We did. Which also, literally Omega, has fake dinosaurs.
Omega, just to put it in perspective, I think I was born around the time FF7 came out.
Well, no, obviously.
It was like 97, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, what the kids wanted... What the kids want in their dinosaur movies is they want the dinosaurs to go fight terrorists.
I mean, to be fair, if it was a 90s movie, that would be expected. Why wouldn't dinosaurs fight terrorists?
No, but like that's the big bad guy plot is to make the dinosaurs fight terrorists.
That's the weird thing about living in the 2010s, where that stopped being a good B movie action plot. Is we're gonna weaponize dinosaurs. It's no, we can't let them weaponize the dinosaurs. Guys, dinosaurs aren't real. They're dead. They're all extinct.
It's just like
we're
now. To be fair, that is actually like that is a real, like, villain plot kind of in the novels. Like, in The Lost World, that's actually part of the Lost World's plot. The movie The Lost World is way, way off script. Even though I'm pretty sure they called up Michael Crichton and were like, hey, I know you don't do sequels, but could you do a sequel to Jurassic Park? And he was like, okay, I can do some science shit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Omega.
That's me.
Here's Jeff Goldblum.
So, I know this is the last Jurrac. For some reason, this monster's in the related section. I think we might have to cover it.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. We are talking about the thing. So we also got to pull up the like one trap card they have or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
impact.
I mean,
You-
yeah, that I can't remember the name of the other card.
So
but
we'll pull that up.
Basically, the evil swarm version of yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna talk about
Salamandra?
Ulswarm. Sorry. So yeah, this guy's flashing you. I don't know why you're looking at his tail, aka his crotch, or his butt. I don't know. They're all kind of contiguous on a dinosaur here. He has jet boosters on his feet and back, so he can go fast.
Hashtag why don't dinosaurs have potholes?
And so this shade of
Also-
green and purple is not goo.
Also, those things
it's
on
definitely
his
a yellow-green, which is
legs
what
are-
killed me.
Yes. It's a yellow-green when he's already got
guess-
yellow-orange fire everywhere. Sorry, Marth,
Oh
please
yeah,
continue.
those silver hip things. They sort of look like the My Hero Academia guys, the speedster guy with the boosters.
So what we're learning is that Horikoshi stole everything from Jurracs.
Yeah,
that is
gonna-
the failed portrayal deepest lore you should take away tonight.
I was gonna ask why we keep going back to My Hero of all series.
I'm not
Well-
sure.
Okay, no, that like, okay, a lot of them were reaching, but that one did genuinely look like Endeavor.
I mean, he had flaming eyebrows and he had the color
Endeavor
palette. It was a
fine,
little
everyone
weird.
else was kind of like, all right, why don't we keep going back to this now? What's going on?
Yeah,
We put it
look,
in the
I
brains.
mentioned it twice because of the naval dinosaur, and
let's-
then
let's-
the guy looked like Endeavor.
Let's go ahead and power on into this guy's effect. This is a level 5 dinosaur synchro. One tuner and one...
Attack and defense matter for his effect.
Oh, he has question mark attack and defense, we should say.
Yeah.
So, this requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner dinosaur monsters. This card's attack and
Level five,
defense...
though.
Yeah, still level 5, but this card's attack and defense are equal to the original attack of the synchro material monsters used its synchro summon. Which, as Vesper noted, this guy's level 5? There's not a lot of low-level Jurracs, so you're probably only summoning him with the level 1 and a level 7 with 1700? Though he is generic, he just requires dinosaur materials and a generic tuner, so you could set him up in other decks. You won't, but you could.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
like I'm looking at Jurracs.
and also,
like-
guess what? His attack and defense really don't fucking matter because his other effect is if this card attacks a face-down defense position monster. This was 2010, mind you, so you actually still played monsters face-down in defense position. You can destroy that monster immediately with this card's effect without flipping it face-up or damage calculation. So he's basically not quite a Drillroid, because Drillroid does flip, but he's in that vein of he just... Oh, that's a face-down defense position? Get it out of here.
He's speed.
Yeah. So it's a weird one.
I'm gonna be honest. This card, as I've played a Jurrac deck for a little bit, I've never run this card once.
Also, once again, much like Meteor, this motherfucker's never been reprinted, so I'm looking forward to pulling a bajillion of him in Secret Rare when I buy Hidden Arsenal Volume 1.
But also, will his reprint fix his name?
Oh, I don't know. They could errata
Probably
it. I actually suspect this guy needs some PCST, because I feel like if this card was newer, they would have rewritten that last bit of his effect.
No, the Jurrac that needs the PCST is it's like the one that says like if this card attacks or is attacked and is destroyed as a result of battle.
Yeah, so let's see if we can find the trap card. Trap card's where we're at.
Jurrac Impact.
Jurrac Impact. Okay.
Sadly, not a set name.
Yeah. This.
But it's an excellent. And neither is an exclamation point at the end of the card name.
Yeah.
Wasted opportunity, honestly. So, Jurrac Impacto!
This card is good.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Jurrac Impact is a good
fucking
card.
love
Also,
that
it's called a Jurrac card. Is there any Jurrac that involves spell searching? I don't think so.
No.
So first off,
Or trap searching.
First
technically.
off, you have two Jurracs over here. You got the fabled city that's covered in worm gray goo.
Yeah,
and you
that's
have
Worm
the Lily
Zero.
of the Fables fleeing the fucking city.
Oh yeah.
And then
Meteor's coming down
Meteor
to
with a
wreak
derp face.
retribution.
Derp face
Also-
Meteor is coming, and he's gonna get you.
Also,
This is-
the two
This is
dinos
funny,
are
but like, what the hell?
Also, the two dinosaurs are like, we made a mistake.
Hold on, just a quick question.
have heard of this.
I don't
Also,
Wish for
what
the
is
meteor to come
that?
down.
I'm trying to figure out what that green-red one is again.
Are those the fabled monsters?
Yeah,
top left,
Yeah, so you might have missed it, but the whole thing is that Jurrac meteor comes down to kill the fables because the fables killed the dinosaurs.
But also the Fableds got fucked over by Worm Zero because that's what that city is Worm Zero basically.
Yeah,
So-
it's fabled Erastos, fabled Raven, fabled Miss Toji, the fabled Nozuchi, and the fabled Peg Ulsis.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a trap card. It is perfectly generic, by the way. I know it's called Jurrac Impact, and I like that they reference the Jurrac stuff, but this came out in Cosmo Blazer and has nothing to do with Jurracs other than if you control a dinosaur-type monster with 2,500 or more attack, destroy all cards on the field. Hey, you know how Meteor's a pain in the ass to summon? Don't do it. Just run 3 trap card instead.
Yeah, just play the trap card Meteor.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Jurrac Impact, everybody.
Also,
a good card.
It's Story Code Monoloth on the card. Is if Marth was asking about that, I think.
Yeah.
Which worm
one?
cards are on this card right now?
The green,
There are no
red
worms.
dino.
It's just all the fables.
Well, okay,
I went through a list.
Okay.
The
then nothing's in
city,
the ground, okay.
if you look at Worm Zero, which I don't have to pull up, but I could. Worm Zero is basically a giant worm orb that controls an entire city. So, yeah. It is not, strictly speaking, a worm card, but I'm pretty sure it's the city that Worm Zero is currently eating.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it-
Because I for some reason thought like the things like trying to get out of the water were worms.
No, those
No,
are fables.
Those are all fabled monsters.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh,
Right, just fables
Axe,
were-
don't you worry. None of those are gross enough to actually be worms. Not even a Nozuchi or whatever.
Also, what are the 2 masks that are just
Oh,
like?
I kind of find the worm
matched?
monsters cute.
Well, we'll have to talk about that if we ever get
Okay,
to worms.
I have seen some of your.
I don't know. We
like,
could fucking
yeah.
do worms now. We've only been going for an hour and a half, and we're already done. I don't know how people feel.
26 worms, though. I don't think we should.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
no.
Worm is a lot. Let's not do that. You're right.
That's a
I
lot.
immediately
Too
regret
many
my
worms.
decision. I immediately regret my
Why are there
decision.
so many worm cards?
Because they're
worms are
alphabetical.
alphabet,
It's
that's
really dumb.
Does anyone play worms? Ever?
Yes.
Oh,
No, I do.
No,
you don't
you-
really
Except
play
you
worms.
play everything.
You play worms for 1 card. It's their trap card that lets you draw 7,000 cards.
Yes.
And then lose the game because you're out of deck.
So
played
let's
worms
bring up.
before.
This is Evil Swarm, Salamandra. L Swarm is another dual terminal related thing. It is actually released in like very, very late dual terminal, like 7 era. So this is as we start getting into, because you may be confused, right? I mentioned that it started as a lot of archetypes that relate to Synchro Monsters, but I believe the high level L Swarms are Xyz mostly. That's because they're late hidden arsenal dual terminal stuff.
So, the old swarms, as that's the archetype called because of weird naming conventions and the way the Itoshi name is said. The story of them is a single paragraph, where basically, a virus a virus just infects things and makes them evil.
Yes. So
That's it.
Evil Swarm Salamandra is a dark dinosaur, a level 4 with 1850 attack. Obviously, this art is meant to hearken to Titan, Titno.
Didn't know.
Though he is vastly reduced in that term.
But also, he still has a Jurrac effect, all right.
Yeah, up to twice per turn, you can banish 1 monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack until the end of your opponent's turn.
It can beat over 2,400 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Omega,
normal summon. It's not the worst, but yeah, what's up?
I just want to point out, because I've been doing some research in the background, in reference to our earlier conversation, the next 2000 attack normal monster doesn't come out till 2011.
Okay, so that was, I mean, so for us, that's a long time. That's still basically concurrent with these. Like, the first wave of Hidden Arsenal was 2010. So,
Okay.
Konami is, like, still not helping these guys out, but you are right that it wasn't popularized. Yet.
Also, he was an ultra rare.
Yeah, they still leaned into making them more rare, but the rarity of the card doesn't actually matter for, like, competitive shit, because people just buy whatever.
Because of money.
But yeah, so this is Evil Swarm Salamandra. He is clearly an evil swarmed Titan. Though somehow he arguably looks better. Like,
Yeah,
his hands
he
are
looks
still a little
better.
weird. But now that he's covered in, he's very clearly evil, and he has a lewd crest, obviously.
He's got a corruption womb tattoo.
I think it's more of like they replaced his front with no.
I mean,
what I've
yes,
noticed is
but
that-
I do want to throw out there, Axe, that it is on the lower body. So that was my first thought of like, wow, this is one of those
I've
weird
always thought
fetish
it's like
tattoo
they
things.
replaced his like magma rock with metal plates.
Yes, that is, I believe, very strongly the Elsworm aesthetic.
Yeah, I'll also say that that's definitely not a fetish tattoo. It's not one of the. I mean, I don't recognize them. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's also like it's totally like a Bahamut horns. Yeah.
Yeah, as someone pointed out in the chat, the Ulstrom virus affects corpses.
Yeah, so he dead.
He's dead.
He fucking died.
Which we already knew because of the lore.
Well,
Much like this is my constant running joke about Yu-Gi-Oh lore and lore archetypes that aren't like anime related. Is all of them are, and thus monsters were fighting for no good reason because obviously we need an excuse for like competing archetypes. And then somebody touched something evil, and all your monsters you liked became corrupted and bad. The end. Like literally every like big lore chain does that at least once, if not like 3 or 4 times. Because guess what? While I don't think Shadows were actually released in Hidden Arsenal sets.
Shaddolls and Cliffforce and Zephyrs are not dual terminal, but they're essentially their own dual terminal story.
Yes,
It's
they
weird.
are. They were not released in the dual terminal sets, but they very deliberately call to the dual terminal archetypes.
And there's like
Again.
World Legacy and Albus, which it kind of goes back and forth on that.
Yeah,
World
like,
Legacy
so-
also has the same problem of being a long-running dual terminal style like lore archetypes that involve
has,
at
like, 3
least
arcs, yeah.
at least 2 or 3 instances of everybody fucked up and died. The end.
Yeah, so we don't have time to go into Shaddolls or any of the other archetypes, but to break down the Shaddol lore, there is a bunch of archetypes that are pseudo dual terminal adjacent. This thing called a Shaddol core says, "I'm gonna eat you and make you evil," and now you're all Shaddolls. And then the Saphira core comes down, says, "I'll fix you," and now you are no longer Shaddolls. You are Zephyr monsters, where you are still your old archetype, but you're also a Zephyr archetype.
And then everyone clapped.
And
And
you're
then,
also
and then,
a
and
Pendulum
then the
monster
guys
too.
start capturing people and then turning them into constructs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not gonna do Shaddolls without Robin, but Shaddol is on the list, I believe.
Shaddol is also a way more intensive collection because
Also,
we
you better not do shit all without me.
like
I figured.
to do Shaddolls properly, I think we'd have to do Shaddolls and Zephyrs at the same time, which would also mean, but like we would need like 3 images on the.
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of side by sides and comparisons and other whatnot. Shoot,
It would be
I'm
very
still
into
curious
the
who
entire
Construct
stream of
is,
it,
because
though.
isn't she like a person that was captured and like mutated?
No, I believe. Well,
Or else
so
a Construct.
Construct. Yeah, Construct is. Let's see. Is there a good lore? No, there's no lores.
Omega, do you want to guess the number of?
Contract was a gym knight.
Yeah, Construct is Lapis.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to guess how many?
I don't-
2,000
I don't really want to guess right now, Dallas, because I'm racking my brain because I added Necros to the fail portrayal list, and then I immediately was like,
Ooh,
wait, there was another one I wanted to do, and I immediately forgot it, and I'm racking my brain to come back. Oh, there it is. I saw it again. Okay, Gishki I want to explicitly put on the list.
Oh, Gishi, yeah.
Because that will be a trip, guys. Are you ready for edgy Yu-Gi-Oh?
I think-
How many
I mean, isn't
Gishki
it like-
monsters are there?
I mean, isn't Gishi like just like edgy, like
I mean,
Little
yes.
Mermaid?
Gishkis
It's just-
are weird.
Yeah. So Omega.
That's me.
Since we're on the Shaddol line, I'm just gonna post this for you to put it on the screen. Of the list of Shaddol monsters and their themings and aesthetics and origins and their bullshit.
Yeah, so by the way, this is why, as we're at only an hour and a half, so we could do another wave of something if we want to do something compact, like we did with Kaiju last
Security
time.
Force.
But let's, yeah. So let me get this framed up. Yeah, it doesn't all fit
me
in
look
my
at the list
framing,
to see
so
what's
I'm gonna
short.
I'm gonna scroll it slightly.
Omega, if you wanted to do something very quick, we could do Venom.
Or could do.
I mean, I don't know. There'd be a few of those.
I mean,
there's literally 5 monsters in them.
That's a little too short then. We blew through that.
Saving a
fast.
security
I don't think
force
there's
is only
anything
like
to
10
talk
cards.
about. Actually wants to hit security force. Let's not though. Let's save that for a day we can also do frames.
Wait, how many?
I mean, fair enough. Because you have to do them
but yeah,
together,
so
honestly.
this is the shit all thing. So this is why we're not doing this right now, because we would have to do a lot of comparison between the back and forth.
We do 10.
But it also doesn't show these Zephyr monsters that also become the second line the second line are all the monsters that we'd have to show. Then we show the Shadal monster, and then we would show the Zephyr monster they become. It's weird.
Let's see. Actually, what did you say you wanted to do? I missed it.
I forget.
Okay, you
But
forgot.
we could do Invoke. There's only like 7 cards, or actually 8 cards. But
Is Invoked on the list? I believe it is. Yes, you brought up Invoked. I don't know if we want
It's
to.
only
If we
like
want to
eight-
talk
it's
about
only 8
Invoked, we could
cards.
hit him.
'Cause-
I don't know.
'cause you
I'm
can do
thinking
invocation.
we might want something a little chunkier. We have only gone for an hour and a half. Somebody suggested
Need a light.
vampires.
I mean, how many vampires are there?
Architect,
Genesis
don't you
War,
worry about it.
Lady White.
I believe somebody wrote down of Volstars and of Volatiles. Those are already on our list for some point.
Oh,
We could
We could
do. We could
Death,
have
I guess.
fun and do the fucking Allies of Justice. Oh no, wait, that's a.
7, 8.
Mm.
Yeah,
No,
there's way
that's
too
way
many
too long.
vampire cards.
I don't actually know if there's too many vampire cards.
One,
I mean,
two,
let me
three,
see.
four,
Well,
five,
let me
six,
actually pull up a
7,
list of
8,
allies of
9,
justice.
10, 11,
There are a lot of those. You're right. I'm like, are there probably?
But also,
12,
but if you're gonna just we have to include the Flamvell monster, Flamvell magician.
Yes.
Actually, could we start? Could we actually? Maybe we could just do. What was it? Yeah.
If we could
just
do-
Cosmo now.
We
Actually,
could
wait a
do.
second. We could do Neo Flamvells because they're relative to JURRACS. There's 6 of them.
Okay, we could cover Neo Flamvell really quickly to put a capstone
Like, but-
on Jurrac, and then we'll
Yeah.
see where we're at.
And then maybe we could do like.
Allies
a
of
small
Justice appeared in an anime episode.
Yes, and it's one episode in 5Ds where I think the one evil guy just sent a bunch of robots.
Oh, there's no
out
hyphen
that
in
just
Neo
did Alley
Flamvell.
Justice. Second season.
All right, dear Konami of America, be better at using hyphens.
Yeah, I believe
What
it
do
was
you mean?
hyphenated in the
It's
lore,
just
but
go DDD.
But what I wanted to point out, Omega, is do you want to guess how many normal monsters with 2,000 attack there are?
it's probably not a lot. But
There's like 7 or 8 of them.
yeah, I
aren't
was
there?
gonna say 6,
8, yeah.
8. Okay,
Well, technically there's 9, but 1 is OCG only, so
Hey,
which is
I'm sure he'll come out soon.
Well, it just came out. It was the Sue ship.
I mean, if we do Invoke, we'd have to do Witchcrafters and Spellbooks. So I'll put Witchcrafters.
Well, so there's talking about lore archetypes. There's a big clusterfuck around Endymion Citadel where there's like
Yeah.
3 or 4 archetypes that spit out of that. There's like Magistus, which is technically them when they're back at college and they haven't all broken up, and then there's Invoker. And then there's Witchcrafters, etc., spellbooks. Like there's a
haven't
whole
put
big
Witchcrafters on the
weird
list.
lore clusterfuck thing.
If you want to just do an archetype that'll just be me making fun of it for 20 minutes, we could do Star Seraph.
Nah,
I mean,
we're gonna wrap up on
because, like,
Neo Flambles.
It runs into the lore of the JURRACS because when
Yeah, so they're
when
all
Fabled Valkyrus comes down to say
Yeah.
die dinosaurs, the Neo Flambles rise up from their ashes because
Yes.
don't ask questions. That's how it works.
and they're fire
It's
pyro
anime.
monsters.
Because magic.
Well, not
Because
explicitly
anime.
anime because they aren't actually in an anime. Anyway, here's
Okay, well,
here's Neo
because
Flamvell
anime's
Garuda.
Storytelling. It's
So
Eh.
while he's gross and old, compared to Jurracs, this has a design philosophy and color palette that is way more on the ball.
it's gross, but like in a cool way.
If
it's
you ever,
also
By the way, I want to throw this out there. This is from Hidden Arsenal 4, the same round as the last wave of Jurrac cards.
oh Jesus! If you've ever played WoW, it reminds me of kind of the Arakoa, which are the weird, gross bird people.
also I will point. Someone point out. He is the only Neo Flamvell that doesn't have 200 defense, which matters for fire monsters a fucking lot.
Yes,
because
because he's a pyro. He's got 1800 defense. He is a fire pyro, and during his end phase, if you control another face-up Flamevell monster, Remove a card from your opponent's graveyard from play. That's no. Okay, art, not good effect. So this is.
So I guess for context, for people who don't know why that matters, there's a little spell card called Rekindling that says, special summon as many fire monsters in your graveyard that have 200 defense. Now it's as many, meaning it's a soul charge for 5, for free.
So long as they have the magical 200 defense.
And it's why so many fire monsters have 200 defense now, because Rekindling is how fire decks function.
Like this guy, Neo Flameville Hedgehog.
Hey, is that a Shadal monster?
Yeah. So I was gonna say also this is the preview of Shadal's, because this absolutely does get turned into a Shadal card later. I believe it's literally Shadal Hedgehog. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't think there's much to say about Hedgehog in terms of cards.
He's a hedgehog that's on fucking fire and is very, very angry.
I like he's the angry version of the 1,000 Needles guy.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
There's Rekindling.
Also, he's
by the way.
kind of cute, honestly.
It's the Flamble babies.
It's like the 1,000 Needle Flame version.
Yeah,
But-
no, like I don't know if I don't
Rainbow.
actually know if the way his quills, his spines are arranged makes sense, but I don't really give a shit that much. This is a
Rainbow.
fucking living hand grenade though. Like
Yeah.
the Flamevells have thrown this guy at the Fableds or whatever is bothering them, and he is going to fucking explode.
You're going to explode and you're not going to like it.
It's gonna explode and in the shadows or put it back
Which
together.
does make sense for his effect. If this card is destroyed by battle, select one card in your opponent's graveyard removed from play. If this card is destroyed by a card effect, select a fire monster with 200 or less defense in your graveyard, except Flameville Hedgehog, and add him to your hand. So this is actually like, as a Pyro tuner with 3 stars, this is actually like a decent tech card.
So the whole thing with Neo Flamvells, excluding the next card, because the next card was made way later, and you will notice by its effect when we get to
I
that.
have just pulled up her card, and yes, it's a she we're gonna pull up. It's a fucking
the Neo
paragraph.
Flamvells have this weird obsession with cards in your opponent's graveyard.
They want you to soul release your opponent. Hey, so it's time for an unnecessary waifu card.
I mean,
Well,
Well, a card that
Synchro
came like
Yu-Gi-Oh, yes.
2019 or something.
I thought we weren't doing Dragon Mids today.
No, we're just in that era of Yu-Gi-Oh.
He is literally
Ah.
smoking hot.
Oh, damn it, Vesper.
And also, Vesper is correct.
Flame
This card came out in 2019 in Dark Neostorm for some ungodly reason.
It's
Because-
just like,
because we
wait,
need
is it
fire
just
support,
is it
guys.
just Flame Princess from like Adventure Time?
Kinda.
Kinda.
By the way,
Well,
I want to throw
one-
this out there. I mean, yes, it was also a common in Dark Neostorm R set. They didn't upgrade it or anything because they shouldn't.
What's Adventure Time?
Come on, have your
Not right now.
friends.
No, wait, I'm not joking.
You don't know about
it-
the cartoon Adventure Time?
No.
I don't know much about Adventure Time after like the first 2 seasons because it went places. It went a lot
Okay,
of places.
so it's a TV show. Got
Yes.
It was a Cartoon Network TV show that was kind of prolific.
So first off, she's topless, but she's tasteful enough to wear a fire skirt.
Yeah. Also, by the way, as far as I can tell, I'm pretty. Oh no. Okay, no. She is censored in the TCG. I'm looking at a regular version of her card art in English. In the English version, her flame shoulders come down just a little bit to cover the titty. I'm not going to show you both arts. It's
got
very
a flame
dumb.
bra in TCG.
She looks like the like flame spirit in the music video for Hunchback of Notre Dame when the dude's
Okay,
singing
so-
about wanting to rape them.
Hellfire.
So for filthy casual in the chat, you think this is a lawful card because this is lawful support. This is the Neo Flammable card. when we
Yeah,
read
it's
your
very
effect.
okay. So this is a 4-star monster that is a Pyro Fire, 200 defense, 1600 attack, quick effect. Yes, quick effect. You can send one fire monster from your hand to the graveyard. Then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard. Banish that card. This is a Neo Flameville card. If a card is banished from your opponent's graveyard while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can send one fire monster with 200 or less defense, except Neo Flameville, from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. So, yes, technically this is a Neo Flameville card because it has the weird banish thing. But also,
You're gonna play it
it
lawful.
lets you
This card
load.
is
It lets you
lawful-
load your
it's called
fucking
two lawful
graveyard.
setup.
Yeah, it lets you basically put from your hand to graveyard and then fucking foolish yourself. It's pretty good considering it came out in 2019.
Well, yeah, and like so, as someone who's played a Laval deck myself, this card is ridiculous in Lavals because Lavals have all this weird graveyard setup.
So now we're gonna return to the origin. We're gonna go back to the past to look at shitty cards that suck ass.
Back to the past.
Samurai Jack.
Not the reference I was going for. I was quoting the old Angry Video Game Nerd theme song, which is probably still his theme song.
Oh, right, yeah, back to the past, yeah.
GVN this time, then.
I'm baby.
I'm still never okay with his song.
Not much to say about this card. Like it's cool. I
like the degrees of fire.
Yeah, no, like this is just okay art. Like he is just fire baby. It has all the colors of fire. He's clearly in a temple somewhere. Like he has a backdrop for once. It's all right.
Or is he in a tube?
It's the baby
I think
version
he's on
of
like
that.
an altar.
It's the baby version of that card from Howl's Moving Castle. Or the
that guy. Yeah.
Was it Calcifer?
Yes, Calcifer.
Yeah.
He is a level 2 tuner, Pyro.
He's a tuna.
If you control a face-up Flamevell monster except Neo Flamevell Origin and your opponent has 3 or less cards in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. So basically, on turn 1, you can special summon a tuner from your hand if you normal summon a Flamevell monster. Good card. Decent. Not good past turn 1.
Yeah.
In terms of effect.
In any Yu-Gi-Oh game now, if it's not turn 1, Neo Flamebells die. Because your opponent has like 15 cards in graveyard.
Yeah.
Unless you banish a whole shitload, which is I'm sure what they're trying to do, but it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
And oh boy, the next boy.
So
his effect.
Notice
is bad.
Also art-wise. So that normal guy, he was pretty simple. Okay, so Neo Flamevell Sabre.
Oh yeah, this guy looks like the
Wonka?
Yu-Gi-Oh version of Zelda villain Demise.
He is also channels his Zelda boss energy. Also, he is clearly a pirate.
When does this card come out?
2011.
2011. This one came before. Wait, I think this one came after Zelda.
After Skyward, probably.
Except Lady, I think all these guys came out in Hidden Arsenal 4.
Yes, because there aren't a lot of them, as we brought up. Now, for some reason, he was reprinted 2 years later in Onslaught of the Fire King structure deck.
So
Mega, I think literally this is if Demise became a WoW character.
Yeah, no, like I said, this definitely has Zelda boss energy.
Okay. Let me say this much. This card actually came before Skyward Sword.
It did, interesting.
Yeah, like 7 months before.
But even so, doesn't matter. He has that energy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Dino tail for one.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's got a weird dinosaur tail. Clearly, this is where he's connected to the Jurracs. Deepest lore.
The comparison I was going to go for, he just looks like Swordsman Blanca.
Yeah, also, yes. No,
Yeah,
he's got a dumb
Yeah.
grr face. He's got a dino tail. He's got a flaming sword. I don't know why his armor pieces are gross. Like they've got this weird fiery, feathery effect, and they're filled with orbs.
It was made from the first Neo Flamebell monster.
Yeah, I think this guy is wearing Garuda.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. He's just wearing Garuda on his body. So speaking of his bad effect,
This guy's effect is wild.
he is a 4-star with 1,500 attack normally, just a pyro monster. He's got 200 defense.
Oh no!
While your opponent has 4 or less cards in your graveyard, this card gains 600 attack. While your opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, this card loses 300 attack.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
He is.
It's not good, baby. It's not good.
Thanks, Axe. Now I just have that song stuck in my head.
His art is middling, I think. His effect is bad.
I mean, like, I will say, even though the giant man of hair is weird, I like it. It's fine.
Like there are design elements of this that are okay, you know. Like we've been looking at Jurrac, so he's not that bad. His feet are a little gross and weird, but like
we're not really seeing his feet the way you've cropped it. He's got pointy feet. He's got pointy.
Yeah, you
toes.
can't quite see it. I can move him up a little.
Yeah, let's get those toes.
I'll shift him up a little. You don't need
really
to see his giant
hair much. Yeah.
That's the bottom of his card art. He's got weird pointy dino toes. Like he's got a little weird. I also don't know why his aura is blue.
Oh, his sword's also a cutlass. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, sorry, that was unclear from the crop, but yeah, he's a pirate. It's a basket hilted single edged sword. I can't do the bass boost thing to properly do the and now all of you are humming that card. Anyway, there's only what, like one or two more?
It's a really good Kingdom
Song,
Hearts song, remember?
Yeah, no, like
You know what I'm
It's
talking about,
true.
right?
Yes,
okay
they
design,
did really.
weird bits. Holy shit, his effect.
So
Awful.
design wise, well, hold on. I've looked at this man.
Oh, the next man,
Our
man who
next and
makes
final
faces?
man. Yes, please don't
This is how we
cancel me,
end it off,
YouTube.
huh?
Yo, is this all the 7 Tiki monsters from Scooby Doo?
No, it's a furry. It's okay.
This is Neo
I know
Flamebell
what I'm looking at.
Shaman.
Yeah, this is right.
It's a
Pyro,
Shaman
but it
something,
looks
I
like
guess.
it's supposed to be
Guys.
Beast or Beast Warrior.
For anyone who has seen Digimon, he's Leomon. He's expected to die at some point.
Yeah, no, he's dead. He's dead. He's just dead.
Yeah, like
Cat.
so.
Shaman.
So we talking about all the Flameville monsters. Notice how there's no theming in their aesthetics, except that they're Neo Flameville.
They are on fire. And one of them was Origin, and he was a cute little fireball. Other than Neo Flameville Lady, like, clearly we were actually wrong. Origin is actually a chick, and she grows up to be Neo Flameville Lady. Other than that, none of these make sense, yes. Yes, Saber looked like he was wearing Garuda, that's it.
If I
Yeah,
can,
like there's like this almost feels like the Crow family in the sense of aesthetics and themings.
So, also, this card is kind of bad. So, if this card is the 1700 Pyro with 200 defense, obviously, so you can do the whole special summoning thing.
The 700 attack means he belongs in Jurracs.
Yeah, no, there are some interesting Jurrac parallels with some of these designs, right? But he's not a level 4. He's a level 3. I know, it's because his defense is so low. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle where there are 3 or more Flameville monsters in your graveyard, keeping in mind this is a level 3 1700, so I guess you're supposed to wait. Select one card in your opponent's graveyard, and remove it from play. Remove it from play, by the way. This guy has no PCST.
He don't banish.
He has only been printed once in Hidden Arse, so this means that he's actually going to get an errata if he gets reprinted in that set they're doing later this year, which I assume they will. They will probably give him PCST.
So,
if your opponent doesn't have any spell cards in their graveyard when this effect activates, inflict 500 whole points of damage on your opponent.
yeah, so not when it resolves, when it activates.
Oh yeah, so it can miss.
Like they could make it resolve. It would not change anything about how shitty this card is.
Yeah, it's bad. Your opponent has no spells? No, they do. They have spells, and you can't, like you said, you can't even get rid of them. Because it's when it activated.
Yeah, like you can't get rid of him, but you have to do it a second time to activate his effect.
Yeah, it's real bad. Okay, so we've been going for almost 2 hours. Unless we want to do another really short one, I think we're probably gonna call it here.
I've been kind of like falling out of consciousness for a while, so yeah.
That's fair. It's almost 2 a.m.
Yeah, the Neo Flamevilles felt fine. It was hatch on because like they're semi adjacent.
Yeah, and most of them, if they name check, they just name check Flameville.
We can wrap up with Fabled Valkyris because he's also name checked in the Jurrac storyline.
Sure, let's just as a preview for maybe next time, maybe not. Let's show Fabled Valkyris.
We'll talk about what we'll do next time because I feel like there's a few I want to see we can do.
This is it. Okay. Sorry. I just looked at what their name is in Japanese. It's Magoshin, Demon Roar God. Wow. Try hard much, guys.
That's what the Fableds are. That's the Fabled. The Fabled archetype are Demon Roar, are Magoshin. They
I feel like they could have given a different like TCG name.
No.
I mean, so technically, most of them are the Fabled. Like some of them are just Fabled, like Valkyris himself, but some of them are the Fabled. So it's a little bit of a weird naming convention, but it's
okay. Apparently they're Italian. I love this. The Fabled Italian name is the Fabulous.
Wow.
Il Fabuloso.
Yeah, so
that's the Spanish
that's
too.
Good. That's good.
So let's put this man. The fabulous Valkyris. He's coming.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna like conquer your world and destroy it for fun.
Well, yeah, no, he does that to the Jurracs. Like this man shows up single-handedly, says, "I'm gonna."
This
kill
man
these
is
dinosaurs
coming to
like
slap your dinosaur's ass. I'll leave him on screen as we do our outro and stuff. We'll probably do a shorter outro than we did last time.
It's with the hand he's reaching out with.
We're very done, I think, with failed portrayal for this week. You know, we did 2. We can stop.
This man looks like a Kamen Rider villain in the most way.
Yeah. No, like,
also, he could be a Chaos Space Marine. Not gonna lie.
Honestly,
That's
yes.
also true.
Yeah.
But then again, most Kamen Rider villains look like Space Marines.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, Dallas, he's totally a movie villain.
No, this is a movie villain.
Yeah, no, like as much as I think Omega tries to keep us from going on Kamen Rider diatribes, this man is just like your generic movie villain who is like, I am John Bad Guy.
He's
I
too
am
edgy.
Peace from space.
I am
This guy's too
fabulous
hard to look
Valkyries.
evil.
I am the ancient evil sorcerer alchemist king thing, and you will defeat me in this episode.
But yeah, so we're probably done for the week. Well, when we come back, this is not a guarantee. Unlike Jurrac, like with Jurrac, we were all like, "Man, we're a little tapped out tonight. Let's do something funny." And I think we had a good laugh.
The Jurracs are fun to laugh at
Can we
because
pick a
like
card that
the
we
original
actually
card looked bad. Like there was nothing good to say about most of the.
They were a lot of derpy arts and a lot of old ass effects, and like none of them were like super gross excessively. None of them made us question our sanity like extra heroes.
Can I make a request if we do next one? We pick one we all like. We generally like the art.
I mean, I don't know about that. Actually, it's called Failed Portrayal.
If we do Fabled next, there's a lot of good things in Fabled because they have a very hard aesthetic of like heavy gothic evil aesthetic.
Now
Like,
we could also do vampires as people suggested because there are a lot of those that could be
here
funny.
is like I don't say I like love it, but it's cool.
But there's some stuff we could do.
We should do Arcana Force. Those are great arts.
Honestly, they're kind of fun.
Yeah, we could pull out the Arcana Force. I know somebody said that in the comments of the last one, so we could pull that out. We'll see what's up. We have a long list. Audience, I can't show you the list because the list is links only, but open to everybody to edit, so it's covered in everybody's multicolored text.
Do you want to like grab like a screen grab of it or something?
The fact that like the
It's
the
2
list
pages,
doubles
though.
every time we do a stream though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll eventually
we need to
just
get back to it.
we'll either eventually we'll stop or we'll name every Yu-Gi-Oh archetype.
Yeah.
We'll just pick up,
And I
we'll
mean,
just
like,
start
okay,
numbering a
I
priority
can
list.
actually. Well, no, I should leave them as strike through because we might forget that we did them.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest, Omega. One of the archetypes that's not really an archetype that I thought of putting on there was just early Legend of Blue Eyes monsters. Because what the fuck?
Well, so I also that's another like time saving measure I thought of. We could just do. I talked about this last stream in the outro after you were definitely gone. We had some debate earlier today about when Dallas actually left the stream. I'm still not sure. I need to go back and listen to the archive.
I left after Mecha Rodan. I don't remember his actual name.
Yeah, I remember. In my mind, you left it original Dogaran, but Dallas is saying he didn't leave until Mecha Dogaran, and I'm like, what?
No,
I don't.
Other one. Sorry, Rodan. Not Dogaran. The Thunder King.
Mecha Thunder King.
Thunder
That's
King.
Ghidorah. That's not Rodan.
Oh,
That's
right.
literally
Shit.
Mecha King Ghidorah. Anyway, actually, by the way, fun fact: I didn't talk about a lot in the kaiju because it was late, and we did Destiny here and Vision Heroes, so I was dead. I actually am an aficionado of old cheesy ass Godzilla movies. I own a double feature of Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla and Godzilla. Is it Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla and Godzilla versus Space Godzilla?
Yeah, it's Space God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Space
those two.
Godzilla.
I think
Holy
that's
shit.
there's a lot of Mecha Godzilla names. Mecha Godzilla is a very popular recurring one, but Space Godzilla they've only used that one time, and I wonder why.
Why?
I have every kaiju appearance of Mothra. I
Nice.
just have that.
I think I may
I'm
also.
all-
Do I have Destroya? I might have a Destroya DVD around here somewhere.
I also
Destroya.
have one of the Gamera versus Godzilla thing.
But yeah, let's not. But yeah, we didn't come up a lot. But no, I decently know enough about kaiju movies. I just didn't have a chance to say much because some of them were weird. But yeah, we have a wide variety on here. Like we have small stuff like Earthbound Immortals. We have big stuff like Six Sam's, Black Wings, etc. Aliens. I'll separate aliens and worms. We'll probably have to do that as 2 separate streams.
I mean, worms need to be separate, honestly, because they show like
they're way too long.
The worms crawling.
So we've got a wide variety of stuff to pick from. I don't know what it'll be. Let us know some of your suggestions in the comments and things.
Honestly, I'm thinking Cosmo or Arcanoforce, honestly, but we'll see.
We could start with Arcanoforce, and if that's too short, we can pivot to Cosmo. We'll see. Yeah. Somebody said we should do Gaia. I wholeheartedly approve. As the guy who wrote down, I don't think we're ready to jump into the streams of pain that is Red Eyes, Dark Magician, or Blue Eyes, where half of the stream is just all the alt arts of those guys.
Oh god. I mean, I'll enjoy the Dark Magician, but I'll get bored of it halfway through.
I mean, half of that will just be making fun of how gullible people are to buy the same card over and over.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're not wrong, Dallas. I do believe that the most expensive ghost rare from Ghosts of the Past, I do believe, is the Dark Magician one. And the most expensive card out of Maximum Gold, which was otherwise a very good set that had a lot of reduced prices, was the Blue Eyes Maximum Gold rare, which was like $30. It was more expensive than Ash Blossom, who was reprinted in that set.
But also, I think it was because Ash Blossom was printed twice.
Yes, Ash Blossom had an alt art and a regular art, so it kind of evened out. It was a weird price thing. But no, like that's just also Ash Blossom is like a meta-defining card, which the fact that it's only $20 is actually great because there are some secret rare cards that aren't reprinted yet, like Pot of Prosperity and Lightning Storm that are like very expensive.
The fact that Yu-Gi-Oh meta cards can get $20 or more is crazy to me.
We've talked about this before off mic. It's an interesting thing of like how the reprint versus rarity market works. Like there are quite a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are functional that are like pennies on the dollar, right? Like a lot of them are super cheap. I was able to buy a pretty decent extender to some of my Ogdoadic cards for like very less. But I also had to buy the Big Boss buy it because I didn't get him in my pack opening. Spoilers. You should watch it though. It's cool. Watch it more. But somebody asked how many frog cards there are. So I had to buy Ogdoadic Abyss, the big guy, the boss. Now he was only like $15 when I bought him, but he was like $20 when Ancient Guardians first came out. I guess people were like worried he'd be short printed. So the economics of Yu-Gi-Oh are very interesting. Also, somebody please buy my Collector's Rare Skullmeister for like $100. It's on. I'm actually selling a Yu-Gi-Oh card. You can probably find me. I'm on TCG Player trying to sell it, trying to move the product. Please buy. I don't want him. I've got 3 of them already.
Someone should buy it because isn't it like a card people want?
I mean, yes, but it's probably because it's my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh card I'm selling, so it's a weird thing. But it'll get sold eventually, I'm sure. Because I've got one and people want them. If you want to know the story of how I got that, you should watch the video. So anyway, this has been Fail Portrayal. Like I said, don't know 100% sure what we're doing. I like Axe's suggestion of maybe an Arcanoforce Cosmo Wombo combo. Let us know what your preference is in below. That'll be a very Omega nerd out heavy episode because it's Cosmo, which is obviously a Star Wars homage, and Arcanoforce, which is tarot related. As I shuffle my tarot cards.
What'll happen with Cosmo is everyone else is nerding out, and I'm having war flashbacks.
Also, Omega,
Vesper will just be having those Vietnam Chihuahua flashbacks and complaining about how busted the cards are, and I'll just be like, this is an interesting homage to this specific lore thing you didn't need to know.
Omega, I will say, I feel like that stream would be a good way to get your mood up if we ever get really salty from like the game.
Star Wars and tarot, and then Vesper will just be crying in the corner about losing.
Vesper will just be singing "Fortunate Son." It ain't me. It ain't me.
I'm about to try a card that was fucking $300.
Omega, if you get really salty with like the tournament that week, this might be a good way to keep boost your spirits.
When Dark Destroyer first released, it was $300.
Damn, that's dumb.
What the fuck?
I mean, I know it's a card that has a good effect. Damn, that's dumb. I'm glad I can buy it for. I haven't bought it yet, but I could buy it for a heck of a lot cheaper these days. Because I want to actually. I want to actually own all the Cosmos because they're Anyway, we're gonna wrap up.
I just want to point out. I just looked this up and it's hilarious. The most expensive MTG standard card. Do you want to guess the price?
Like
$25.
No, it's not that cheap.
Oh, okay.
$10.
No, it's $35.
Okay.
Most expensive card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I looked up was
Like
80, 86. No, sorry, $92.
What is it?
I'd rather go
Lightning
buy
Storm.
Yeah, Storm.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be really
I-
interesting because some of that is Konami of America fucking with us. If Konami of America had any balls, they would fuck over the scalper market and they would put Lightning Storm in the Cyber style deck, in the Cyber Darks deck, which it is in the OCG. If they did
But
that,
we won't get that.
they
We
won't. Now they may reprint Imperm because they've reprinted Imperm quite a few times actually. But we won't get Lightning Storm. But they should do that because that I'm actually honestly I'm kind of glad they won't because for memes I'd like to buy that deck, and if they put Lightning Storm in it, you won't be able to buy that fucking deck. It'll be like the Soul Burner starter deck
so-
where they put Ash in.
With the Soul Burner, I was able to get 3 of that when that
Hey,
came
so
out.
you own 3 Ash Blossom. Neat.
Yeah, and then they were never in stores again for like 5 months.
I own 1 Ash Blossom. I got it out of Dual Devastator, which is a great set, which if it still exists and only costs like $30 or $40, which is roughly MSRP, you should buy it. It is a constructed Yu-Gi-Oh set. It contains one of a lot of staples. It's fucking good. Konami, please release more Dual Devastators. I'm sure you've made all your money out of them. But yeah, if they put Lightning Storm in the Cyber style deck, it would completely outsell everywhere, which I don't know if Konami thinks maybe it won't, but I expect it will, so they won't. They'll put something shitty in there.
But on top of it outselling, we're also in a market in America where scalpers exist to be assholes.
Yeah,
Remember,
so
all
it's
scalpers
one of
must
those
die.
two-pronged things. On the one hand, yes, we could absolutely slash the price of Storm. We would probably only reduce it by so much because scalpers investors are taking over the hobby and they would buy up a lot of decks to fuck you over.
There's a thing of scalpers must die. If they can't be killed, they must be maimed.
Have you seen people talking about? Well, sorry,
Go ahead.
not people. Have you seen what the prices people are putting PS5s and all that on?
Yeah,
It's the
they're
same
like-
thing.
Little truck
And
store.
It's awful.
The thing with PS5s is Sony can't do anything about that. They can't make more PS5s. Konami could make more prints of Storm. That said, if it was in a structure deck, we know exactly what would happen. Is people would buy out that deck to get to peel the
gonna be
Lightning
the
Storms
guy
out of
with
it and fucking throw away those Cyber Dark cards. Even though
oh my god, they're literally gonna they're gonna run out of the money for the pay their heating bills and just gonna heat their own
I'm
house
gonna be
by
honest.
burning Cyber Dark cards.
well, also modern the new Cyber Dark support is actually pretty rad. Just heads up.
I never thought I would regret not pre-ordering a PS5 because I genuinely think pre-ordering consoles is usually stupid, but this is for goddamn ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
Anyway, we're definitely rambling. Let's end the stream, and if we want to keep rambling to each other, we can. So, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and stuff. And also, give us money, because I forgot to insert ads in the video, so I didn't make any money. I died.
That's fine. We had fun.
So, we'll see you guys next, Tim. Goodbye, every
Really,
day.
Tim.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to keep making those
I'm
jokes.
awake now, so that's something.
Moth, you wanted
I
to
was
duel?
sleeping for a bit.